about to go. You see the little thing?
Yep.
Go this way.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Barakakadash.
A double honors unto the elders and apostles at Gmslv Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yakim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Alright, it's another day in Sin City, Babylon. You know, we are GMS Las Vegas camp. You know, we come to proclaim the downfall of this kingdom, this system, this pit, in which you call America, in which the scriptures call Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Hey, because it's a bunch of wickedness going around in this place, man. You know, you just recently had the death of a Jake named Nipsey Hussle, and you got our people that are losing their minds over this nigga's death, man. But you also have, hey, well, why are they doing that? Because Esau perpetuates the ignorance of our people throughout this society, so they hooked on it, man. You know, Esau is the root of this problem. Because think about it, if everything was in a natural order in the way Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai set it up to be, as it speaks of in 2nd Ezra 6, in the 58th chapter and down, where it speaks of if this world were made for our sakes, why don't we have an inheritance with the world? Where if we were in the power seat, as the scripture says that we're going to be in, man, Lord, when we are the elect men, then everything will be running righteously according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
If we were in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, if we tried it before. We had a period of 1,000 years where our southern kingdom ruled for 1,000 years, and it was still bad, still doing wickedness, man.
So the Most High told us to come on the highways and hedges and bid into the marriage to speak to the elect, so that they could come in and the rest of the prophecies will be fulfilled, man.
This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
The scriptures say folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. What does that mean? Folly is nothing but BS, man. It's vanity, you know, bread and circuses. Exactly what our people look at. You know, they focused on sports. You know, they focused on the music world. They focused on entertainment, but aren't focusing on the prophecies in which are occurring right before their faces.
If I could add to that, when it says the rich sit in low place, we're the rich. We're rich because we have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that has us come out here and push this prophecy out to you. And push the word out to you. We're rich because we understand what's coming, and we have that wisdom. You Jakes don't have that wisdom, and we're sitting in a low place because you look at us like we're the scum of the earth. Because we're here to upset your comfortable nature that you're dwelling in Babylon in captivity. We're trying to tell you how to get out of captivity through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You're like, nah, I'm about to make it. Y'all gonna worship a dead crip nigga thinking that he gonna save you because he had some ideas about health. That ain't what's gonna save you. Now, should you be doing that? Yes, you should just be consuming meat and bad products. But at the same time, you have to understand that we're out here sent from the Heavenly Father. That man was now sent from the Heavenly Father. All right? You got it, man.
It's Ecclesiastes 10 verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
The scripture said, I've seen servants upon horses. Meaning what? Hey, you see the basis of men and then the power seat, man. Because the horse represents power within the scriptures. And I've seen princes walking as servants upon the earth. Meaning what? We're the princes. Hey, the 12 tribes, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hey, this world was made for you, man. You're the princes. It's in our names. Yashar Allah, he is the prince of the power. And it says he's seen the servants walking as princes upon, it's like the princes walking as servants upon the ground. Because the princes are the ones that's supposed to be taken care of. They're supposed to be having the roles are flipped. You're supposed to have a higher position. The roles are flipped.
It's Lamentations 5 and 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand.
Servants are ruling over us. Hey, because Esau and the rest of these heathen nations, whenever they come from the countries in which they were born, they can come right to the United States and build up a business, you know? They'll set their restaurants up in Jake Hood, you know? They'll set their stores, their clothing stores in Jake Hood. You know, the swap meets ain't owned by the Northern Kingdom. They really owned by Esau and the rest of these heathen nations, man.
What does the scripture say about Esau and Jacob? The elders shall serve the younger. So they're supposed to be serving us. They're born servants.
Exactly, bro.
They're supposed to be serving you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, not the other way around.
Gone. Like the brother said, the elder shall serve the younger. Hey, turn the camera, bro. Turn the camera. Yeah, that's the elder shall serve the younger, man. Like what the brother just said. Esau took, Jacob took hold of Esau's hill, man. And it says that 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. You know, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. And that, yeah, bro.
I had a free too.
You gonna read that and then bring it up, bro.
2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and I'm gonna start at 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob held first the heel of Esau. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Because right now, as it speaks of in Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Talking about Esau being in this the power seat. Him being able to control the narrative of this world, you know? He controls your social media, you know, he controls the niggas that play in the sports, he controls the music industry, he controls the movie, man. He controls everything. Hey, but the Most High is the real author of all of it, man. Esau is just a pawn upon the chessboard, and the Most High is using him to bring down, using us and him to bring down his own structure, you know?
That world in that verse, he's talking about an age. Right, and eon. And this current age that we're in, I guess it's considered the modern age. Its age is going to pass away. You had the Middle Ages, you had the
Golden Age,
exploration age, but you know you had Edomite explorers. You had the what was after that? I can't think of it, but this current age that we're in is about to pass away. This is Esau's age. This is his kingdom, industrial age, and you know, it's at its end.
And then Esau has spreaded this wickedness unto everybody in the world, man. His wicked philosophies have been pushed throughout the winds of the earth, man. Now he has everyone acting and doing as him. You know, this devil's polluted everything, man. Look, the air you breathe, the water you drink. Hey, the animals, we literally walked to camp and seen a bunch of dead moths spread everywhere, man. Hey, that wouldn't have happened when we were in our power. You know, because the radio waves, the 5G, the 4G that Esau's spreading throughout the atmosphere, you know, the chemtrails in which he's spraying, they're all affecting the life of the people and the beings on Earth. You got whales beaching themselves because water is too acidic.
They get found with
plastic
in their stomach.
They had, it's a video of a whale that had 80 pounds of plastic within his stomach, man. You know, you got dolphins killing themselves. You know, all the shrimp, probably the shrimp, the crab, and all them filter feeders. Esau is taking them out of the water in abundance to feed you people, man. So what is he really feeding you? He's feeding you the poop of the ocean, the oil, the garbage, you know. But this is the man ruling.
They basically said that you got sharks down there. They down there playing with plastics. Like literally, they're down there playing with plastic. And there's really no real food down there because a lot of fish, a lot of the organisms that they feed off of are just dying. They're dying. They're washing up. So they're just down there, just left with nothing, with hot Cheeto bags and McDonald's, big and tasty wraps down there, plastic bags. You know,
you can go in the ocean. Or you could, they'll do autopsies on sharks and stuff, and they'll find license plates within their stomach, tires, you know, all the things that are used on land. Because Esau don't care, man. And then you people of the world come up with inventions to try to better the earth, but they don't have the money to be back with it because Esau profits off of destruction. You know,
there's a proper way to dispose of trash. And Esau doesn't give a shit. Like the brother always refers to, Esau's used his place like a rental car that's not in his name.
Exactly.
So you know it's not in his name, so he's gonna do whatever. He's gonna throw trash in the ocean. You know, he's gonna pollute the air, the soil, the water. He don't give a shit. Esau doesn't care about nature, about life. Esau's anti-life. And you made reference to the moths. South Korea has 5G technology now. So we know it's a matter of time before it comes to America, all right? And Esau's pushing for even 6G. So those rays that go throughout the air, they're gonna start to take effect on the humans, and the animals too.
Yep.
You know, because the animals don't have a real covering. They just in their natural habitation.
Exactly.
So, you know, they're gonna go in the mountains and do what they do. And the radiation is gonna come down and it's gonna wipe them out. And it's gonna kill, it's a pattern that's gonna come around to us.
Yeah, the elder Yashawama was mentioning how there are certain habitats where the bears are supposed to be hibernating because everything is so out of whack, the ecosystem is destroyed. It's forcing a lot of those bears to not have a place to hibernate. So they're just walking around, sleepwalking, getting hit by cars and all type of shit, man.
Time. On and you people are so stupid. Y'all try to give, even when that Edomite came against us, when he made that video talking about all the technological advances that have been happening in the world, they should all be giving credit unto so-called white people, man. Hey, when y'all didn't even invent them, the scriptures tell you Jacob is the former of all things, man. All the positive technologies that are established upon this earth, our people have created them. When you look at all the things that y'all did, it's always a negative effect that comes out of it. You try to bring out, you got cars and you got oil. Well, your cars are pushing out pollution.
Hey, we had horses, man, and they were eating fresh, real food on the earth that kept them healthy and strong to do the journey. Mules and asses and stuff to carry loads. We had the trouble.
And when the horses eat, what happens? They poop. And that poop fertilizes the soil in which they're walking on, man. So when you look at something as simple as oil and gas, Esau is pushing dirty water full of harmful chemicals to the environment into the ground, which they call it fracking. You know, and that fracking does what? It pushes the oil through the cracks and it pops up. But all that water is it doesn't go anywhere else. It stays in the ground and it branches out to nearby trees.
And the density level is different. You can't replace water with oil. It's not the same thing.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, and that causes earthquakes. You know, because that's messing with the tectonic plates. And what does the earthquakes do? The earthquakes mess up the homes. You know, it messes up the environment for the animals. So it's nothing positive that comes out of that, man.
So basically what this is causing is an effect, a negative effect on the earth that's making it respond to all the activities that's being done. That's why all these sinkholes are caving in, you know. That's why you having all these different earthquakes, you're having all these tsunamis and all type of things. It's basically floods because the earth is responding and reacting to all of the activity, man. You know, I got a quick brief. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5. It says, "There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler." Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler.
An error which proceedeth from the ruler, meaning what? Hey, it's a bunch of destruction. Hey, Esau is an off balance, man. He doesn't know how to, he can't establish righteousness because he doesn't have righteousness within him. And then every invention or creation that he comes up with, hey, it's a negative byproduct of it, man. You know,
he doesn't know how to
go ahead, bro.
He doesn't know how to rule the people properly. He rules like you look at this New World Order and the Georgia Guidestones, right? He wants to destroy the majority of the population of Earth because he can't control enough of them. So he's gonna deem who can make it and who can't. And those that are completely obedient will keep those or within his agenda. But that's not a good ruler. The ruler should be able to rule everybody the right way, but that's not how this man is. He's the son of perdition. He wants to destroy everybody.
You could literally look at it from every level. Hey, the ground that we standing on, it's not supposed to be concrete. You know, this is supposed to be soil that we're standing on. Because even when you look into how we walk and things like that, your body contours with the shape of the ground, man. So when you have concrete, it messes up your knees. You know, it's messing up your hamstrings, your back, your neck, because you're not supposed to be posturing on a surface this rough. You know, into the building, the architecture. Unforgiving. The architecture, it's messing up the currents of the wind, which ultimately messes up pollination. You know, water, you're not supposed to be buying water. You know, water is supposed to be free. But what does he do? He strips the water of his natural resources and bottles it. You know, takes the silicates from the ground to make the plastics. And what happens? Now you got plastics floating in the ocean. You got plastics in the soil.
He puts chemicals in the water to try to clean the water.
Bro.
Water does not need chemicals to be clean.
Exactly.
But he puts chemicals in it to try to clear out the bacteria or whatever in the water.
That he created.
That he created. I'm gonna read this again. It's Ecclesiastes. It's Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. It says, "There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and an error which proceedeth from the root." And that word error, it means to be inadvertent. To be inadvertent means to be unattentive, meaning you have a lack of care, man. You just under your supervision, you just let whatever happens as long as you satisfied and you get what you want. You just let everything just fly and everything just fuck up and depreciate in value and rust and just turn to ruin.
Look at the infrastructure of America. This is how this man rules his own kingdom. Who's taking care of your roads? Who's taking care of your buildings? Who's taking care of your infrastructure here in America?
Right.
It's going down, but that's how you rule the earth the same way. You do shit and don't give a damn. Hey, so like, when he was ruling in Europe after the time of the Byzantine Empire, the Dark Ages, he would destroy a castle. Instead of fixing it up while he just moved to another castle. Go fight the family that was in that one and take that castle. Just to keep repeating that process. Shit the holes up and everything else.
Esau's a filthy animal, man. You know, you mentioned those castles, they would live amongst rats. It was rat infested. I saw a video. Shit everywhere. It smelled. They didn't have good hygiene. And this is who's ruling right now. And this shows you how off you Israelites are, because this devil is ruling over us.
We were living in the worst neighborhood. Yeah. We was been home that.
Yeah, I had a couple. It's a lot. Isaiah 24 in verse 4, it says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof."
The reason why it languishes is because of the rulership. If he don't take attention to the infrastructure, the people that ruled under him not going to take attention to the infrastructure of the earth. Same thing. What was that last line that said it there? That's on you.
It says, "The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant."
It says the earth is defiled. The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Hey, because Esau, it says he changed the ordinances. What else?
Transgress the law.
Yeah, transgress the law. Hey, the Most High set the blueprint within the scriptures, man. But what does he do? Hey, he calls this. He says the Bible is the law of the land. You know, you gotta swear upon it and court and things like that. But what happens? Hey, he doesn't live by the scriptures. When he goes to new lands, what happens? He takes down or cuts down the trees, you know, in order to build or deforestation. You know, for his numerous reasons. It should be no reason why you should be having nuclear power plants exploding and leaking off chemicals everywhere.
Radiation.
Radiation, because that's destroying the environment within itself. You know, but Esau, because he does everything for his benefit, he wants the monetary gain off of those chemical power plants, because he wants to control the power of them. You know, but what does that do? It's all negativity. He takes no accountability for the wickedness that he does. You know, and the people and you people.
What's the example of that? Fucking Stephen Molyneux talking about the white man is being scapegoated.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to take accountability. He doesn't want to consider the facts that we're basically, you're not being scapegoated, you being inquisition. Everything that you've done against the earth has been recorded against you, and you being brought up on these charges in the court of the Most High law. That's what's happening, and you don't want to take accountability for it, man.
I think ain't that guy from South Africa?
Who, Stephen? No, I think he's in Canada or something like that.
Who was that guy that said that scapegoat guy?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was from South Africa, because if he was, they probably crying out because them Hamites down there is
killing them damn farmers.
Killing them Hamites down
there. Hey, that goes back to Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. That taunting proverb. You know, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Because these nations are getting sick and tired of your shit, man. So that's why they're going to rise up suddenly against you and wage war against your ass. You already had the Assad all right, over the Syrian regime. He was pretty much, he spoke some words about the military intervention on Venezuela, and he's basically saying the reason why they over there is the same reason why they tried to come over here. They want to try to get their hands upon the resources of these lands, so they're going to try to demonize the regime of those that are in that land, just so they can find a reason to wage war against them. You know, you're everywhere where you shouldn't be. You know. Which one? The one I just read?
The one you just read.
Isaiah 24 and verse 5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws.
What laws? The statute, laws, and commandments were to keep the earth in balance and in order. Okay, and then how man should live upon the earth with those statute, laws, commandments, and treating one another and the earth. That's what the laws are all about. The righteous way to rule the earth. Okay? This man has transgressed all of that. Right?
Yeah, some of it's just common sense.
Right.
You know, you're not supposed to pollute the water you're supposed to drink. You know, you don't supposed to pollute the air you're supposed to breathe. That's common sense.
They purposely put fluoride and different additives into the drinking water, into bottled water. There was nothing wrong with it at first. And they could put the same righteous additives into it to make it alkaline, to make it healthier for you. Where do you think Gatorade and all this shit come from? They can do all that, put a flavor, they can put the right nutrients in it if it didn't have it. But if you just left it alone, maybe put a piece of moringa or something like that, or something like that in it to clear it out.
Hey, but like you said, the gold, he stripped it. He stripped the lakes and the natural water sources of its elements. You know, of its gold, its silver, you know, its different jewels and things like that, to make profit off of it. You know? But you people see nothing wrong with it, man. It's like, hey, the men of the Lord are the holy men crying out about the abominations being done in this place, man. Because we understand through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah, how the world is supposed to work, man.
Right. That's what the statute of limitations is all about. Finish that, then I'm going to
It says, and broken the everlasting, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate, therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And that's the reason why this dominion has to be the last one. Esau's dominion has to be the last dominion, because he's doing too much damage to the ecosystem. He's doing too much damage to the food supply. He's doing too much damage to the mentality of the people. If Esau was allowed to continue to rule forever, basically every species that the Most High created would go extinct. Everything.
Why do you think they're trying to go to Mars and shit?
Right.
They know this place is through. They're trying to seek Earth on Mars and the moon.
God, they're looking at unnatural things that you wouldn't necessarily use to benefit the health of the people, knowing that it's gonna destroy it in the end. Like it's articles on milking cockroaches, you know, because he's messed up the milk from the cows, you know, because he stripped. Now it's just plus really, it's not like you drinking real milk, you know, turning poop into poop into meat.
Cow's milk is for baby calves.
Gone. Turning poop into meat because the cows are messed up.
Even flesh in the meat.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. What he said about breaking that everlasting covenant and filed the whole earth with it. Because he's the one that's ruling the earth, right?
So like, not only that, but he also took the covenant in his mouth.
That's what I'm getting right now. Psalm 50:16. But unto the wicked, the Most High God Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Which if you had kept with the statutes, there would be all in the morning position that it's in now. It would be all in the destroyed level that it's on right now, right? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing that thou hatest destruction, you can't tell this white man nothing. You can't hold him accountable. He do all kind of wickedness in earth, but you can't hold him accountable for nothing. You know? It's toxic masculinity. It's the slaves that didn't want to work in the crop right. It's the Muslim Arabs. And,
right next.
It's always somebody else's fault.
It's the Chinese too. They created technology too. You know, trying to compete with our technology. Yeah, y'all both. You started that race, and now y'all are competing each other for the lead and further destroying the planet, man.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Who possesses slay them, and hold themselves not guilty.
And they're slaying us with all the pollution. They slaying us with all of the poison that they are putting in our food, man. Everything that we have to rely upon for life is all being polluted and contaminated, man. You know, like that flood that happened in the Midwest. If everything was pure, rain coming down, and if all the seas were actually purified, then all those crops that got flushed out in the cattle, it wouldn't have really been affected like that. But the fact that those floods bring in all the toxic chemicals that Esau has been putting out there, it's causing all the contamination of all those different goods that they've been growing.
Yeah, it's called acid rain.
Esau doesn't, of course, he doesn't practice the land Sabbath. He just grows on the same piece of land, and more than likely, he grows his crops in a damn flood zone. You know, if he had any sense, he would know where the flood zone is at, so I can grow my crops here, and it don't worry about it. But Esau, he's a covetous, greedy devil, and he wants, as much as he can.
Why do you think you live in high-rise habitations? You didn't shoot that building with the Why do you think you live in high-rise habitation? Because this man wants to control every avenue. He doesn't make it for a small amount for him at all. He wants you to live all on one plot of land. He wants you to live 8,000 people on one plot of land. So he got to move up because he can't continue moving up.
Yeah, you can't spread out. You got to stack up.
Stack up.
So because he needs all that extra land for himself.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. That's why y'all in the projects and the reservations and the barrios and all of them other little fucked up neighborhoods.
He get the castles and shit.
Yep.
Mansions.
All the big mansions and castles.
Yeah.
4 people living in a 15-bedroom house.
You see that on YouTube? They got these little documentaries or little informational pieces on the wealthiest homes. Like, you know, they go into like the most luxurious homes or the most expensive mansions on the earth, and they'll go into the history, like the different presidents or certain super rich people that actually live in these homes, and they'll actually go into how like this home in Italy or in England, this home is worth $1.7 billion, and it has 20 rooms, 15 bathrooms,
15,000 square foot.
Yeah, man.
Of bathrooms.
Sitting on 126 acres of land.
Yeah.
Right.
They got an indoor and an outdoor pool.
Yeah, they got a labyrinth and shit. Like all kinds.
But they got a family of six.
Not even that sometimes.
Not even that.
What's the purpose of that?
That's why going back to having the second chapter.
Got a big ass house in the bar. She ain't got no kids.
Yeah.
She ain't got a man. Shit.
Yeah, man ain't heard him stepping in the middle yet.
That's why it says he could never have enough.
I gotta bring It's Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
But they actually dreamed and plotted this out. When that night when Esau went to sleep after the blessing that he got from Isaac, and after realizing the blessing that Jacob got, he started from that moment on, he began to plot on this day right now. That he would see the full fruition of the destruction of Jacob. And he's been playing it out every chance he get ever since until he got a rulership. been planted out completely. And he's almost about to execute it, but the Most High gonna step in.
And he hid that power. He hides that power behind his so-called white supremacy, false religion. You know, his military power, his pseudosciences, his witchcrafts. That's the source of that power that he works upon his bed. It caused a lot of people to die in the process, man. You know, it talks about, it was that Daniel, it might be 7 or 8, where it says that through his policy, he should cause craft to prosper in his hand. You know, and by peace he shall destroy many. You know, that's that left hand power that he got, man. But he tried to hide behind a false image of, you know, being innocent, you know, purity, you know, being called white, you know, which symbolizes purity, to be innocent, you know, innocence, morality, the face of morality on the planet Earth.
Hey,
you hid behind that false image while destroying the whole entire planet, man. Spreading your poison in democracy and witchcraft.
Can't do no wrong.
Can never do no wrong. Hey, like the brother mentioned earlier, you know, when we bring out that scripture in Proverbs, when it talks about how an adulterous woman, you know, she never can hold herself accountable.
I got it.
You know, she eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. That's Esau. He has that same nature, like a woman. Do all this wickedness and feel like you shouldn't be judged for it, man. You know, it got to be blamed on everybody else.
No reason,
no accountability, no responsibility, no reason.
Yeah.
And there it is. And that's who gave you women that mentality. Esau gave you women that mentality also. Okay? Because that's how he treats you. You should make that mistake. You still hold on to this?
Did you ever finish yours?
I never finished mine.
Make sure you give us back to Let's finish that.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even in his heritage.
That's exactly what's happening, man. You got the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Esau has stripped off y'all essentials, you know, your God-given rights, and got you living in the ghettos, the barrios, the reserves. The projects. He got you living in the filthiest land, eating the most defiled food while he's thriving, man. You know, while he's living it up. You got a family of 4 Edomites, like the brother said, living in mansions, and you got Jake within the ghetto, a family of 6 living in a 2-bedroom apartment, man.
I gotta say that about Vegas right quick. We're looking at the housing market here in Vegas. The living wage can't afford you. Like the minimum wage, this is one of the nicest things about Vegas. When it was created with the minimum wage, you can afford somewhere to live for the minimum wage. Now, it ain't enough. If you don't have a roommate, if you don't have somebody else working, 2, 3 job income house, you can't make it nowadays.
There's a statistic that says nowhere in America can you work a minimum wage job and be living in a 2-bedroom apartment.
The minimum wage is literally below the poverty level. You're not gonna live making a minimum wage, figure, man. That's impossible. You have to shack up.
At this point, you have to work 2 or 3 jobs.
2 or 3.
I had that pre in prison.
Back in Psalms 15, I'm starting with 16, reading down to 17. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? And they wouldn't be wicked if they was keeping it, right? If they're wicked, so they don't keep the statutes and the covenant. So seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee. Yep. Cast, like, we don't need to keep the last Sabbath. It'll still grow something, you know. We don't need to watch out what we do with the earth, because it ain't going nowhere.
God, and then he sees the negative effects. You know, he sees that what he's doing is wrong and still do it anyways. Or instead of he doesn't observe the land Sabbath that the brother was going into, then he'll just create food that's grown in the lab.
Yep.
You know, he tries to find ways over it instead of just doing what he's supposed to do.
Fall back for 7 years, man. Chill, man, for a year.
God, it's so bad. Esau, he takes the worms, the ladybugs and the bugs out of the earth and then sells them. You know, you could go to Star Nursery and buy a jar of worms or ladybugs. You know? Because
he want a price on that.
Yeah, he want a price on everything.
He dug them up out the earth to sell them back to you, to put them back in the earth.
Yeah.
Damn, the devil, man. If you don't know that this man's the devil, you a devil too. You know, he's your father, man. You believe that this white man can do no wrong. This man is the damn devil the Bible speaks of in the flesh. He does everything contrary to the Most High God. And you guys love him. Hey, I want to say this about Nipsey Hussle, right? How come they ain't blaspheming this dude, right? How come they ain't talking all crazy? Because they like you looking up to this lowly ass nigga. Low-level crip nigga that just got smoked like crips get smoked. He didn't do nothing special. He ain't make it. What kind of victory lap is getting shot in the head? What kind of victory lap is, okay, I own a business, but I still gotta fucking work? That ain't a victory lap. Victory lap is we in the chariots, okay? We're getting the crowns put on our heads, man. That's the victory lap.
And what really pissed me off is you niggas comparing the Lord of the Bible, you know, our Lord and Savior, to this nigga Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
That's a complete blasphemy, man.
Yep.
And whoever you niggas that think like that, man, you're gonna be destroyed, man.
Right.
And I pray that the Most High give you a destruction, you know, a horrible death.
Right.
Yeah, the worship and that shit is getting sickening, man. Y'all literally just elevated this nigga to God status, man.
Fucking rapper, man. What the fuck, man?
Right.
Yeah. Like rappers don't die violent deaths. So.
And what was the rapper, man? What was the one that who posted that? Anyway, the brother posted it about what Malcolm X said. We're the only culture on the planet where the buffoons and the low levels and the sellouts are idols. The so-called white man, his comedians are his leaders and idols, but ours is in our community, right? We look up to the George Lopez's and the fucking Nipsey Hussles, the Kobe Bryants and LeBron James. These are the guys that we take our guidance from their images, the Michael Jordans. Okay? Well, there's no scholars. We're the real leaders of the earth. Okay? We're the real leaders of our people. Start with the apostles on down, but you want to listen to these lowly ass rappers that's perpetuating you stand in a low level position that you're already in.
Hey, and low level
plan to get out.
And low level is what Nipsey was talking about.
Right.
Trying to establish, you know, a business for yourself and, you know, to live deliciously here in Babylon, but still live in the hood though. You know, I'm basically all the niggas in the hood, you know, those are my people. So we're gonna make sure we establish a community. We're gonna be self-sufficient, living still in the fucking pissy shitty ghetto.
You niggas ain't got control of the airspace. Esau just fucking come drop bombs on you, man. I'm fucking just let off a whole lot of chemtrails and kill you.
It's the same thing he did in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jake, what's it called when you? It's a saying that say when you constantly do the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result. Hey, you niggas are insane, man. Y'all follow the same actions. Y'all don't understand that Esau has his place locked down. You know, you gotta understand that the Most High gave him the earth to rule in this time period, man. The only way out of here is to get out of here spiritually by Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. And wait for it to manifest physically.
This is the new path, which is really the old path. Okay? This white man got everything else locked up. He chops his set on every other path. The whole Broadway, this is the one narrow way that we can make it.
You niggas always talking about, the black dollar. If we was to all stop buying on certain, nigga, it still got a white face on it. Dummy.
Low level.
You don't understand that he rules that you can't do anything within this society without him sanctioning it all. Okay, say you get your land. Oh, because Jake always try to bring, well, my family got land down south. Okay, and You still got to build on the land. You still need contractors. You still got all the things you need in a society. He owns all the copyright to it.
They've been trying it, man. Everything's been tried, man. Not Yahweh. The other guy tried that, man. He tried to take Jim Jones. He said, I'm going to take a bunch of y'all down to South America. We're going to live down there. What happened?
They can drink the Kool-Aid.
He poisoned y'all with Kool-Aid, man. You drink it. You drink it like, oh, this is real sweet like I like it. Dumbass people.
The things that I've been through in life.
Isaiah 52, verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments.
This wisdom is the beautiful garment. Not because Nipsey said, hey, stop eating processed food and eat fruits and teas and shit. No, we've been telling you this for years. That you need to change up your dietary law. The scripture been telling you for thousands of years.
O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust.
Salak. Hey, that's why he's only looking for the new covenant is only for a few good men. Because the bad of our people used to come also and have to be brought into this thing. Now, only the good can make it into this thing. Only when wisdom tries you and finds you working. Okay, that's the only way you can make it. That you prove that you have faith in it, alright? Other than that, you can't make it into this thing, man. The lowly of the little niggas of the bad seeds, the bad apples, they ain't about to spoil the whole bunch just go around. They spoiled it every other go around.
It says, shake thyself from the dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem.
Confusion, the bad one.
The confusion. Go ahead, bro. The confusion is the dust, man. Because that's the state that Jake is in. Y'all, you gotta understand.
Nipsey's alone.
Yeah. Y'all tripping, man. Good health.
They like that nigga. They like, man, that nigga's he's a super bug out, man.
He just be saying shit, man.
Brother say he's a smart dumb nigga. He's a sleep woke nigga.
Smarter than being
ever learning but never able to come into the knowledge of the truth.
That's the description right there.
You know?
You can learn all types of analogies about how special a nigga was. But can't learn righteousness on how good a man that stand on the corner and tell you to change your ways all over the internet, all over the corners of the streets, all over the world with the right benefit is. But won't look up what you call him Jesus Christ. Don't even know the real name of the Lord. It's all over the internet.
Niggas about to start quoting from the book of Nipsey. Book of Nipsey, chapter 2.
You saw he said that, right? I was gonna do a video. He said, me and Ab Soul about to do a book. You know, we need something. Hey, that's almost as bad as
the book of sleep.
Book of sleep.
Hey, Jake really don't care. You know, Jake, as much as Jake utter with their lips that they love their people, hey, they really don't, man. Y'all really hate each other. Really, the elect, you hate yourself. The elect men are really the only ones that truly care for the nation. One, because they're doing this labor of love, man. This is the work of showing that you care. Because by doing this, the elect men are going, hey, not only bring themselves out first through the salvation by the power and spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, but they're going to ultimately bring back the whole nation of Israel, man.
Right? Hey, this is literally a spiritual public service.
Kind.
Israel, the real Negro, Latino, Native American.
Yep.
Yeah, you getting freely serviced.
Right.
You know, because when we do this, y'all ain't giving us money.
Right.
We ain't setting up a collection plates like they do in the Plantation Christian Church. We freely give, man. Because we freely receive this thing. You could be getting this wisdom, because this is the engrafted word which is able to save your soul, man.
Right.
Okay? These are the words of your salvation, man. We gonna get delivered from this shit, man. We ain't gonna be here forever. These rappers, they're here to make sure that they can give you a short peace in this place. You know? They're not thinking about your salvation because they ain't worrying about the day of the Lord, man. All they caring about is prosperity up under the so-called white man. Okay?
We're talking about rulership above the so-called white man. Under righteous order of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Man, we talking about ruling over
galaxy.
The galaxies, man. We talking about taking control over the atmosphere, man. Controlling the elements. We gonna dictate the commerce. Okay. We're gonna take care of the animals. Everything is gonna be under its rightful order, under our rulership, man. Everything is gonna be in harmony, man.
That's right, bro.
You ain't gonna have to worry about tent cities, you know, extreme homelessness. You know, you ain't gonna have to worry about none of that, man. Okay. Yep.
John chapter 3, verse 12. If I have told you of earthly things and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things? We're talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. It's gonna be on earth, man. Heaven is a condition.
That's it.
You know? It's gonna be heaven for our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. But it's gonna be hell to you so-called white people and you other nations. All right? But still, the earth is still gonna be in harmony. You know, you're not gonna have pollution. You're not gonna have no problems in the household with your woman, you know, with your children. You know, your food gonna be clean. All right. It's a whole different mindset that you take from. You know, we're talking about heavenly things. You know, and we're talking about, you know, earthly things too, man. But you niggas still don't get it.
I'm gonna go back to this too.
Proverbs 29:2. Wait. Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved, harden his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. That's a so-called white man, and that's our people. Our people do not want to get right, man. We can sit back and call this man out, he's just gonna harden his neck. We call our people out, they just harden their neck. Continue to. You don't understand, when you go against what we're talking about, what these scriptures are talking about, you're going for the enemy. The enemy of you. That means you're now working for the enemy of you. Another verse is, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
God, the scripture say when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Hey, that's why when we're in the kingdom, hey, Israel's gonna be at peace, man. It's not gonna be no fighting between thy neighbor. You know, you're gonna be able to enjoy your kids, enjoy the earth in its true state. You're gonna be able to have your slaves, man. You're gonna enjoy beating their ass. Why? Because it's gonna be dictated and set upon the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures, man. Our heart's gonna be made flesh again. You know, we're not gonna be able to go off. Everything is gonna be at peace. But right now on earth, it says when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. You got people. It's tons of videos of people talking about the struggle they're going through, man, or the hard times they're going through. Hey, look at the curses. You go in any major, it's like you go in any major city in the world, man, and you're gonna find Israelites going through hell because of Esau, because all the statues he sets up. You know.
What am I saying? Like with the whole gang activity that you see happening in, you know, LA, Chicago, Midwestern cities. That whole shit started because of some shit that Esau was doing.
If not, I can always get
Jake was forming gangs to protect themselves from white supremacist radical groups. But then it ended up getting infiltrated and corrupted. It became politics. They, you know, Esau, you know, pushing the drugs up in there and basically did away with all the resources and things that you need. So when you live in an environment where there's a lack of resources and ways for you to get out and to sustain yourself, the little resources that you have in there, the natural instinct of people is to compete and fight.
Every man for himself, bro.
You know, and Esau knew that, so he made sure that he created that environment and left it for you niggas, man. And it would leave that ongoing cycle of war, man, because y'all gonna be fighting for the little scraps that he leaves for you. You know, that goes back to the curse. See, in the kingdom, we ain't gonna have to have no goddamn gang rallies, man, because there ain't gonna be no blood and cripping You know, and throwing up power rule, none of that shit in the kingdom, man. You gonna realize that shit was straight madness that you was into, man. All that shit you was involved in, man, that was all self-destructive, man. So many Israelites had to die because of that. And y'all got that concept following after the so-called white man.
Because he was the first gang.
He was the first gang. And look at the shit that y'all adopted into the gang culture. Where you getting all these hand gestures, these gang signs from, man? It's all Masonic. Where you getting the guns from? The government.
Like what happened in the 80s, you got the crack epidemic, man. It's not like Jake was just creating the crack. He didn't ship it to Americans. Esau created it and pushed it to one seen profit off of it and started pushing it to everybody, man. So it just multiplied the wickedness. Now you got now you got drug dealers selling crack to their mamas, to their grandmamas, to their little brothers.
And he say it's a war on drugs.
Fine. And then he's pushing it legally throughout his system. The whole pharmaceutical industry is drugs, further demeaning the minds of you people, man. But he's not the one doing it. He's innocent.
He's scapegoat.
Yeah, he is scapegoat. That's a nigga, man. That's the mind of a nigga.
Yeah, the real nigga is the so-called white man. He taught Jake how to be a nigga, right?
Yeah.
He taught you how to be niggas.
Give you that culture.
Yeah.
You know, further keeping that something state of mind.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
God, it says gross darkness the people. It's talking about the minds, the spirituality and mentality of you people. It's completely through. Hey, look, even Esau driving the cars don't understand what's going on. They know it's something important over here, but they can't put their finger on it, man. That's like Jake. Jake knows when he walks across any camp. Hey, these brothers is saying something. It's just, yeah, these brothers are saying something important that makes sense, but you know, nah, I can't call him my enemy. Why not? But you can call the man with the same spirit as you next to you. He's your enemy because he's wearing a different color. That's sick, man. Jake is dead, as it speaks of John the 3rd chapter, man. Hey, because their deeds are evil, they are being reproved. They weren't able to come into the light because their deeds are evil. Jake wanted, but they can't get to it because hey, they're trapped inside the snares of Esau.
To say this like the movie They Live, right? You put the glasses on, and now you can see things with the spiritual eye. Well, when Jake looks at us with a spiritual eye, they know. Nah, that's responsibility over there. There's some serious topics I don't really want to have to deal with over there. You fail to realize most I don't give a shit whether you like it or not. You gotta deal with it. Hey, I don't want to be equipped so I can move. Well, guess what? You don't want to be running for your life. Too bad. The whole earth is gonna have to run for their life at some point. Right? Okay, the Most High is gonna make everybody. He's gonna judge everybody upon earth. Whether your goods were good, whether your deeds were good, or your deeds were evil. Everybody's getting judged.
And
accordingly.
And it's you, Jake, that say you woke. That's the sleepest ones, man. Yeah. Y'all are in a slumber. You know, you black unconscious niggas. Just those two words in itself say a lot, man. Black, or they say black unconscious. And when you look into the etymology of the word black, is demeaning. And you niggas still keep that proverb and byword on you. Come on, bro, that's exactly what it is. Black meaning defiled, immorality, you know, no unrighteousness. It's like unrighteousness.
Void of light.
Void of light. Hey, that's why when you said the eye, I was thinking eye salve, man. They ain't able to see. As in they live, when he put on the glasses, the Most High has opened our understanding to the deeds of the wicked, man. So we are on the highways and hedges prophesying against the downfall of this kingdom. Because you niggas ain't gonna do it, man. And because you don't have the spirit on you to do it.
Isaiah chapter 5, verse 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
God, you niggas think y'all got the answers to everything, but don't have the answers to nothing. You can't even eat right. It takes a nigga to die for you to understand that eating pork is wrong.
Man, they can't wait to follow. The ones that seem to go to tip you. that don't even attempt to do the Nipsey challenge, right? The ones that's even gonna attempt it, the rest of our niggas, I'm giving up my bacon, just my pork chops.
Just off that, and the Jake that say they're gonna try it, they gonna break. They ain't gonna be able to do it because Jake has a horrible diet. They gonna feed for that Snickers bar. They gonna feed for that BLT. Kind of McDonald's. They ain't gonna be able to make it.
A vegetarian told me, they said, I live that. I do that every day. I do that challenge. I live that challenge. It's like y'all can't do that. Never say that you shouldn't eat meat at all. That's that. Just say it like to be able to do that every day. This is a lifetime. This is a life choice that you're supposed to be eating better. You know, it's not just something you challenge yourself with for a week. You want to say something?
Because Jake is low level, bro.
I got. You got more?
Verse 23, verse 22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justifieth the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him.
Done. And that's exactly what's trying to happen right now. Esau hates, or our people hate when we out on the highways and hedges, because we reveal the light unto them, man. So they rather, much like how they allow Yahushua to be crucified, or gave the okay for Yahushua to be crucified, and let Barabbas go away, man. As much how they do the truth, because Jake really loves this society.
They hated him that rebuked
in the gate. Kind.
You know why? Because he that rebuked you in the gate is telling you how wicked you are and everything that you're involved in is. You know, that's the issue. Okay, you want the connection to this place still. You want it the way it is. You're comfortable with it this way. You wanna be able to thrive with it like this. We're telling you, forget all of this, or the scriptures are telling you, forget all of this ways of life that's going on now and step into the real way that the Heavenly Father designed for us. Yeah, it's more difficult. It's only difficult now because you're coming out of wickedness. But once you get used to it, it's even better and it's easy.
Jake has been following the traditions of men, you know, through the generations of us being broken, as speaks of Jeremiah 17:4, from our heritage being stripped away from us. You know, Esau has become a father to Jake, man. Hey, like kind. So what did he do? He instilled nothing but immorality within you. And what does that creates a bunch of family full of degenerates, man. Hey, like the scripture says, how have you become a degenerate vine unto me, man? Because that's exactly how Jake is. Everything bad in this society, Jake uplifts it. You know, rap music, it's like a gangster rap music, hard bass and snares, you know, a horrible diet, trap music, guns and violence, drugs, pills, all these things Jake indulge in. Trap music.
Those are the main niggas that Esau puts his backing and his money into. He's gonna back the most degenerate niggas to be a role model for you niggas.
So the niggas with the least moral standard.
Exactly.
And Jake followed it.
Cardi B, that's the top bitch right there.
She's
that bitch, bro.
Never on wax.
That's a filthy hoe right there. This bitch can come out and admit that she used to rape niggas, drug niggas.
And it's cool.
Get trannies to rape them. She can do all that, and hey, her next sequel is going to hit the top 10.
But they ain't gonna take her out like they took out Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. The dude came out and said, hey, like she did some R. Kelly type shit. The shit that y'all persecuted R. Kelly and Bill Cosby for. She did this to me, and nobody gives a shit. They found out the shit is true. He's bringing up facts from that time, and she's already admitted doing it. there's no inquisition needed. She's admitted to it, but still nothing happens. That tells you how hypocritical this society, how unrighteous and unbalanced the society is. Want to hit that right there?
Oh, you got something.
Proverbs chapter 30, verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
And it correlates perfectly. Because what the women in this generation, the men and women in this generation are doing, America exemplifies it, man. You know, they'll go and bomb other countries and talk about violence and then go and say, oh, Jake, your people are killing people, your people are killing each other. Hey, well, you bombing countries every day too. Hey, our people see the patterns of what you doing and pick it up and eat it. Hey, can you grab John 8:44 with me, bro? Gone.
This is Psalms chapter 12, verse 8. When the wicked walk on every side, when the vilest men are exalted.
The vilest men.
Oh, hey, read that again, bro.
Psalms 12 and 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. You put the most degenerate motherfucker in the highest position of influence, the whole entire world is gonna turn into a degenerate fucking society, man. There's nothing but degeneracy, man. You know? The wicked walk on every side. So basically you have a better chance of coming across wicked motherfuckers than somebody that's righteous. The more time goes on, the more a degenerate society gets, the more you're gonna see immorality, and you can't basically, if you're a righteous, moral person, you really ain't gonna have much company. You ain't gonna be around too many people, because righteous people with morals is starting to become harder to come by.
And we using rude speech while reading the Bible, right?
Hey,
ain't no such thing as
curse words.
You know, cuss words. You know, you can say motherfucker, bitch, you know, hoe. You know, you can say that's not against the law, statutes, and commandments.
The Most High is offended that we even speak this bullshit language, man. This bastard tongue.
Hey, for those,
even Apostle Paul used rude speech, man.
Exactly.
It was that Second Corinthians 11.
Yeah,
11 and 5 or something like that.
Though I be rude in speech.
Yeah, not knowledge.
Yeah.
Hey, and if you mad about our language, you should be mad at the way society is going around. Because you listening to the language anyways in your rap music, you know? If you mad about this, then your mind is on the wrong thing. You mad at the way that men of the Lord are talking. You should be mad at the way Esau is ruling this society. You should be mad at the way that your people are going through it. You know? You should be mad at the food you eat, the air you breathing, the water you drinking. You should be mad that you can't raise your kids and that trainees are teaching them, man. You should be mad at them. You know? You should be mad at the real man that's doing all this damage, man. Hey, Jake sucks, bro. Jake sucks.
You get so mad, you get mad at your own people. That don't know, you say they don't know no better. Jake know a little bit, man. They know Jake can do a lot better than they do. But they just don't give a shit.
Hey, that's why the Most High said it's not gonna be no excuse in that day, man. Yeah, come on. Because you're not gonna have no covering because you had the chance. You had the chance to click on the video. You had the chance to go out to a camp, man. You had the chance to find all this knowledge. You got a computer in your phone. I mean, you got a computer in your pocket. You know?
Yeah, that's that word. That vowel.
Yeah, it's Strong's H2149. Zuluf. Wildness, worthlessness.
Worthless. Good for nothing. No goods. Call them niggas for short.
And they're highly elevated, man. You know?
Father
is literally set in great dignity, man. That's why the Lord said to them wicked ass Pharisees, you are those that justify yourselves before men, but which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of the Most High. You know, y'all exalt the most vile, the most low motherfuckers, man. You know, and the scriptures say, envy not thou our oppressor and choose none of his ways.
That's the ways that our people exalt are the ways of our oppressor.
Yeah, man.
Hey, our oppressor's only going to leave so many avenues that he can control or that he accepts open for. This right here is one place that the so-called white man, the devil, the society, the government, the Illuminati, whoever you want to call them, don't approve of it. Because everything we're talking about is against his ways in this world. So that's why he's got to come up against this thing. They ain't gonna come up against Nipsey. They ain't gonna come up against niggas on big rims, eating nigga chicken, eating know, eating pork, all the things that defile you, that adultery and so Cardi B and whatever the fuck else, they ain't gonna come up against that type of stuff.
We got something else. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth.
Because it's easier in this society to do wickedness, man. It's hard to be righteous in this society because you have everything against you. Hey, to be a man of the Lord in this society, hey, the Most High has to really be working with you, man. Because it's extremely easy to do something off according to the law, man. That's why the Most High is constantly working on the minds of his men. Because Jake does it all the time. It's easy for Jake to pick up the blunt, to roll it, you know? It's easy for you to be an adulterer. Hey, but to be held by the bounds of the scriptures, to try the best of your ability every single day, not just on camp day, it's a harder task. Hey, what the scriptures tell you, you gotta go in through the straight gate, man. Meaning what? Not straight as a straight line, but straight is in the path of difficulty. Because exactly, meaning it's gonna be rougher to go through. Hey, because as we said in the beginning, you're held accountable. The Most High requires that you do certain things in order to receive the prize on the end, man. And Jake don't have the patience for it, nor can they pick up the responsibility because it's too heavy.
I'll give this real quick. This is Galatians chapter 5 and 17. It says, "For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to another, so that you cannot do the things that you would." And you know, knowing that and living in a society where everything is about being geared towards your flesh, it's going to make it that much more difficult to walk in the spirit, man.
I'm curious.
It would be the same thing.
Which is about flesh.
If he's willing to take on the responsibility.
You know? Desires and pleasure. Hey, isn't that what America's all about? Now that are given to pleasure. You know? It's all about carnality. You know?
Especially just speaking on this camp in particular, we live in Sin City, man. Everything is heightened here. You know, hey, you can do any manner of wickedness in Las Vegas if you have the money to do it. That's how wicked it is here, man. You got women walking around half naked in every season. It's not just in the summer, man. You go out on the strip in the winter, you gonna have women that's butt naked with paint on them. You know, pasties and stuff. You know,
It's chilly here.
Yeah, kind.
It don't matter.
You got all manner of wickedness in this place, man.
There's secret rooms here. People brought up before. There's secret places that people go, secret back doors and shit that you go to perform your wickedness, man. I know there's like them hostile where they're torturing motherfuckers and shit.
Yeah,
transients, whatever they want to call them.
Little ranches where they do snub films and stuff.
Snub films.
They have all those in California.
All kinds of stuff.
But they have it in Hollywood. You know, Calabasas and shit like that. They have them out here in Vegas too. It's just all about perversion, man. You know, how far could you go to dishonor your body? You know, you basically dishonor yourself, man. You know. So, hey, but Esau, he's all about him. He's a beast. That's why the scriptures say he's calls him a beast, man. You know, Aleister Crowley, what was he known as, man? The great beast. And what was his philosophy?
I'm about to say,
do as thou wilt.
It's like a beast.
Do whatever comes to, whatever you feel pleasurable to your flesh, according to your nature. Do just that.
That's an animal instinct.
Exactly.
We wasn't given that. But he took that same animal instinct and applied it to man who has reason in his mind, and man still goes and chooses the wicked route because of the pleasure, like you said, the pleasures of the flesh. You can't see the things the spiritual eye will, the body will because it's led by the fleshly desires.
Boy, Jay-Z, he had a sweater. He took a picture of the sweater and said, "Do it thou will."
It was in that Rihanna video. Rihanna, Kanye, and Jay-Z. I forgot the name of the song.
London's Town.
Yeah.
I got
Micah chapter 2, verse 4, and I'm going to read through 6. Thus saith the Lord, 3 transgressions of Judah, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have despised the law of the Lord. And
that's why we're still in captivity under punishment right now. We're still in captivity under punishment now because of the transgressions. How do you transgress? You break the statutes, laws, and commandments. What is that? That is sin. And what does sin lead you to? It leads you to death. Okay? That's the process. So you don't want to transgress the laws of the Heavenly Father. All right?
And have not kept his commandments, and their lies caused them to err, after the which their fathers have walked.
After the ways that our forefathers walked. Because everybody, only our Lord was 100% out here, okay? Doing what the Heavenly Father wanted. But our people don't even try no more. And through time, we tried even less. So now niggas just don't give a shit. A nigga will tell you, we gotta die of something. No, that's not, who told you that? You have a born sinner, there's nothing to do about it. His grace has saved me. No.
Yeah, same nigga say all 3 of them.
Yeah. That's not true. The truth of the matter is this, that if you give a sincere, honest effort at trying to do the right thing, the Heavenly Father will save you. You don't have to die. But you gotta do it according to what this book's talking about, man.
The nigga woman just passed by and she saw Judge Rainbow chair and she was like shocked. You know, she like looked straight ahead, like, you know, that's the spirit of our people, man. Our people, they love the so-called white man. They love to kiss the so-called white man's ass until the so-called white man is kicking you on your ass or gunning you down in the street. You know? And then you want to come up and march and all that shit, man. That's not, marching has done nothing for you, you Israelites, man. Never. You know? Trusting in your weapons and Esau's judicial system.
See, a lot of our women, they love Esau so much because Esau is the one that liberated them. Esau's liberated these women. That was the promise he made to her in the garden. So that's why they frown when they see us with horns on the devil.
They can never get a man like that.
Because under that devil, they were given a license to slut walk and hop from dude to dude. You know, bed wench,
fulfill their lustly desires.
Yeah, man. Juggle men, have a harem of men, become an alpha hoe, an alpha bitch. You know, polyandry, be called a queen, get worshipped, pedestalized. You know, she got 911 on speed dial if you raise up a finger, but she can slap the shit out you. You know, she got all that because that devil granted that to her, man. So that's why every time she see the devil with horns on it, she's gonna be offended at them.
Hey, but look what happened was that was in Dallas, right?
When he gave it that.
Hit with the man hits, and nothing happened. Basically, nothing happened to the guy.
Well, matter of fact, she got charged with a felony.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He became the victim.
That's what I'm saying. She see that power, and she loves that.
That's the only time y'all want to hate his ass.
Yeah. No, our people really love that. They look at it like, you know, well, I know not to mess with a man like that.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Yep, but they'll fuck with you all damn day.
You should never raise your hand to a man. You should be, you know.
Right. Men to the white man. She never raise her hand to the white man. I dare my man to ever try some shit like this on me. And me and you. I
forgot the brother that said that did that video. If that was any of these Jake football players, man, he would have been in jail right now with no bail.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. He looked like it.
The way he was counting that up.
The way he was getting with the
crosses and all of that, man.
I got a free. This is Sirach 25 and 24. The woman came to the beginning of sin, and through her we all died.
Right. Because that agreement that the woman and the serpent came up with in the garden, man. You know, he pleased her ears. And what did she do? She disobeyed the words of Adam and the words of the Heavenly Father, man. So what happened? That covenant that they came up with, hey, Esau's like the video said, the partners for life. Life partners. Her and Esau are buddy, man. Until somebody that she cared about gets gunned down, then it's all march. Then it's he my enemy. see the
You know what? No, when they march and shit, they're not marching against Esau. Because they allow Esau to walk hand in hand with them in those marches.
Life partners, man, right there.
So usually the same platforms that they use to try to orchestrate rallies and protests and all that against police brutality is really set up by the same white supremacist system. George Soros be funding that type of shit.
He organizes.
Right.
All that Me Too crap and all of that shit.
All those causes is really weaponized against us.
Because now they throw it to the mob mentality.
And they throw out the law and the statute of limitation. So look at Bill Cosby. That shit happened 30 years ago or so. You know, he's in jail right now for that shit. And no one had no kind of evidence, no DNA, nothing. But the lesson you just did with the Jake in Kansas.
Oh man.
You know the Jake in Kansas.
12 years still a slave.
Yeah. And he didn't even have sex with the chick.
He didn't go in onto it, man.
Yeah.
He literally, there was an act of just making out. And she was the one, while she was drinking, she was egging him on. She wanted the BBC. And she was trying to basically lead him out of the club. They went down his crib, which was down the street. The moment they started, getting into it, he got a text from his homeboy that was still at the club, at the bar. And when he got that, he was like, he kind of got some concern, like maybe I need to go back. So basically, he shut that down, like, yeah, I gotta go. This bitch got upset and yelled rape. Now he got to do 12 years because she got mad and didn't want to take accountability for her actions, man.
So it wasn't no evidence,
no evidence.
They still charged him for 12 years.
Right.
And she was in a bar, underage in a bar, but they don't go after the bar owner.
Right.
You know?
They don't go after her.
They don't go after her. Yeah.
Hey man, we out here for you Israelite men, man. You women ain't gonna wake up, man. You know? You women ain't gonna wake up, man, until the men get it on first. Ezekiel 34 and 31, man. The Lord's dealing with men of Israel, man.
Yep.
You know? You men of Israel are under attack, man. By the so-called white man and you woman.
Hey, and for you trying to not be a simp and not be all pansy and shit, but you want to be a man, toxic masculinity. Your dark skin is part of toxic masculinity. You know, melanin is part of toxic masculinity. You know that, right? Think about it.
They always say that. The angry black man.
Angry black man.
Yeah.
I'm just asking a question. I'm just aggressive because y'all won't let me speak my piece. And I've been waiting for holding my turn.
No more questions.
Yeah.
You go for a job interview, you gotta talk like a faggot.
Yeah.
You gotta switch your voice up.
Yeah.
No bass, no nothing in your voice.
Even when you get the phone call for the interview, you gotta change your voice like you did anyway.
I live that shit every day at work. I live it every day at work.
That's a damn shame, man.
You know, I'm out here like this. How can I help you today? Jake looked at him, told him like this, like, bro. He looked at him like, bro, I know you ain't looking. Hey, matter of fact, the Jake that was in there that wasn't taking the base out, gone. Both of them, they gone now. One of them stopped taking the base out, gone. The other one taking the base out, gone. Both of them gone. Just like that. That's how this man moves.
Esau, that's why, Esau, he's a fucking woman at heart, man. You know, literally, like it says in Isaiah 3, children are oppressors and women rule over them. Esau he kind of has the spirit of a woman on him, and he rules like a woman would rule.
He sees. That's why they want to share with him. Because he sees like she sees. They see the same shit.
What is that? The destruction of the Israelite man. Your woman don't care about you, nor does your enemy.
That's a curse. That is a curse that the woman don't care about you.
But look,
it goes both ways because you got men that they look, they got that evil eye against they woman or whatever. You got bugged out niggas that'll beat the shit out their woman because they didn't have too much to drink or they lost a fucking dice game somewhere or some shit. Now we don't get it misconstrued like we just let men off the hook and we just getting on just women. But hey, you women have been released from responsibility for so long, and now it's like, nah, man. The Most High, he's bringing back that masculine, austere spirit.
And you women are more easily influenced, man. It's easier to get into the mind of a woman than in the mind of a man. You know, so that's exactly what Esau did. He seen that you were the weaker vessel, and women hate when we say that, but it's true. You are, man. Hey, the scripture said, the head is the man, man. You know, you women are underneath your man. Now, this is all toxic masculinity in their minds, but it's just the truth, man. That's the order and the way that Yahweh Shai set it up.
It's toxic masculinity if you don't allow an effeminate spirit to rule over.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Hey, and it shows you how the demonic mind of our people, you know, and Esau, because you want a man, but you don't want him to be a man.
Right. You want everything.
Yeah.
No, you want a man without the masculinity.
Yeah.
I think that's good. They come together. Because you know what? One thing I've learned, every woman I've ever dealt with in the world, they need the masculinity. They need that masculinity on you. If you don't have it, then they disrespect you as a man. And you disrespect yourself if you don't have it also, by the way. They're going to go out and go get a man to play with them. It's just about reading their emotions. Okay, when they want to be all soft and you coming all steer, they ain't going to feel you. So what? Well, go be in your own space, I'll be in my space. First, look, leave me the hell alone. Guy's not out, or whatever the fuck, right? There's reason for this type of thing. You can't be up under these women all the time. You have to pick up that soft-ass spirit.
Hey, that's why the true men are on the highways and hedges, man. This is the manly service. You can't no way, as the scripture says, nor effeminate. Meaning what, man? You gotta be a man. Hey, Isaiah 58 and 1 tells you to cry aloud, spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions in the house of Jacob their sins, man. That's a manly thing to do. You know, that's why the men are out on the highways and hedges, because he has to take up the elements and has to do this battle, man. Like in you watch movies, not movies. You watch shows like Game of Thrones, man. It put you in that mindset. Hey, that show, it's a lot that go in that show. Really, ain't no woman supposed to be in war and battle. You know, in that show, of course, they got it, but ain't no way. Hey, women get like the one scene, the king in the hand. The hand was laying down on the bed because he just got beat up, and the woman was in the room with the other king, and he backhanded this woman for speaking out, man. Yeah. That's because the society was geared towards the male, man. I'll run this. That's how it is.
Even still, that Game of Thrones, that shit's still watered down. It still has an effeminate
touch on it.
Yeah, touch or a little touch on it, man. Women knights and shit.
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
But it shows you also in that show that women needed men with a manly energy, man. It shows you that. You got people?
Yeah. So Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
The scripture said a woman shall compass a man. Hey, look, the man is no longer the head of his household. The woman has to say so. You know, the man, back in when our grandparents were growing up, the man was the breadwinner. You know, he'd go out to work, you know, to be able to pay the bills for his family. The woman would stay at home, tend to the children, much like in the ancient times. But now, the man and the woman, they both gotta go to work. And the woman, if she makes a larger, if she has a larger paycheck, she's talking down on that man. Oh, you don't do enough. Oh, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. They're like, I gotta bring in all the money in this house. You know, she'll go talk mess.
He sets that shit up, man. He's so kind. He sets up his whole employer system, and he puts the woman up there, man. It's more. Statistics show that more women are getting degrees. You know, thus they're going to get good jobs. They're going to be ruling over the men more. They follow orders,
and they're working
because women are natural servants and conformists. They're going to do whatever they're told by whoever is up top.
Done.
Okay. Can I say something about that scripture? Can you read that again?
Salam. I lost the page.
Like that picture.
Yeah. There's Jeremiah. Salam. Yeah, 31. Jeremiah 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
All right, backsliding daughter is not talking about the women of Israel. It's talking about the men of Israel.
Right.
Yep. You know, because
we're known as the daughter of Zion.
Let's talk about the men.
It says, "For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man."
Why do you create that new thing in the earth? It's a curse, man. You know?
How long are you guys going to be out here for?
You coming back?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I work for Chino's Burgers over there. You guys eat meat?
A little bit.
So,
why'd you ask us why do you eat meat?
well, I meet a lot of Muslims and a lot of Christians that don't eat beef anymore. Not unless it's halal, but you know, it's really hard because we're a mom and pop operation, and I'll tell you what, people would rather go to a corporation, buy McDonald's, than get a real handmade burger by real people with real families. I don't know, it just seems like the human race seems to be wanting to eat itself. And I can't be privy to that because I'm a singularitarian.
Okay. You know, look that word up. I like that. Look that word up and let's get us a good.
Singularitarian.
If you can though, can you give us space with that smoke? We don't
Absolutely.
we don't smoke.
You know, I quit for 20 years. I got stressed out and I just started smoking again.
That's worse than eating a burger from McDonald's, man.
Look how you can see business is pretty good in my stomach.
Let's get edification though.
All right, so it says
We
singularitarian
ain't finna just be having a conversation.
is a movement defined by the belief that a technological singularity, the creation of superintelligence, will likely happen in the medium future, and that deliberate action ought to be taken to ensure that the singularity benefits humans.
Is that true? That's how you use what you think?
Sure. Okay. Now the problem is, whatever we program into these sentient machines, these will be thinking machines. This is straight out of the Bible. You know, we have already surpassed God's ability to create any sort of life. We're already doing it in the lab. I know it's against the Bible. I'm a Christian too.
I don't know what you mean by that one.
So we haven't surpassed it.
We are in the curve of the beginning of the singularity.
Here's the thing, and that's why the society, I don't know if you looked at our science closely enough, this is the end of the situation that's at hand on earth now. Because man is trying to outreach where the Most High God has control over, and he's not going to allow that to happen.
You're going to have to do it pretty quick because it's got about 10 years.
It's coming,
and they've been saying it since the year 666.
It's coming fast.
You know?
It's coming fast. Do you know what that is? The 666 years?
Vaguely, yeah. I did study in seminary. I had
they don't know. Seminary don't know. But
I was going to go to Oral Roberts University, but that didn't work out. I had a scholarship and everything. But I wish I would have gone.
It's an RFID chip that will be implanted.
I ain't guessing that. That's what this is right here.
You can have to buy your burgers with it. Or you can't sell burgers with it.
Planted in your body.
Oh yeah, but you know what? They got it in mind.
Not yet.
Not yet, but I'm not going to go for it. That right there is a tracking device. That's even better than the RDIFs.
Well, now once it gets in your body, I can leave that at home.
I can throw that in the street right now.
Yes, sir.
You can't throw your arm in the street.
Well, the thing is, what we got to do is we got to pass legislation to fight that. Well, the singularitarian movement's already doing that. We're trying.
People already have the RFID chip within them.
Not me.
Not yet.
Not yet, but they ain't gonna get it. They're gonna have to kill me first.
All right. Yep.
All right, man. Let's get back. Can't be allowing these devils to, change the spirit of this.
That was me, Salah.
No more confusion. They think Edomites think they know something or some term. They think they're on a level. You know?
I mean, they act like the Most High isn't. The Most High is what gives these devils the technology, power to do what they do. You ain't creating a damn thing, man. You know? It tells you that knowledge shall increase in the end.
But it's not increasing for the wicked agenda. It's increasing it's going to make people more wicked, but it's also the purpose of it, the ultimate purpose, is to fulfill the Most High's purpose.
It's Daniel chapter 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of man.
So what they might dare understand is that the Most High is allowing Esau to rule right now. Hey, all the technology that Esau is coming up with, it's not like he's just coming up with it by himself. The Most High is putting them thoughts within his head to create them.
Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
And this is the main instrument that the Most High is putting inside Esau's mind to create. Hey, he's creating a weapon for his own destruction.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
And that's what is that? Let's talk about the ICBM missiles, man. Hey, the Smith is the modern day scientist. So what? The Most High is putting in Esau's mind to create this the new missiles. Hey, like the scripture says, the scriptures call them arrows, man. It's talking about the ICBM missiles. You know? The glitter and swords, they shall not miss.
And like you said, I have created the smith. I make darkness. I create evil. Yeah. I, the Lord, do all these things. You know, I kill it. I make it alive. You can't give glory. Oh, man is outreach. Man cannot reach the Most High God. You can't even reach close to the Most High God.
They still should say if you can number the stars or go to the depths of the sea, I'll cast away Israel.
It still cannot reach you. You can't number that.
You can't find out what's on Earth, man. Right. Yeah, you can look up top 10 things that scientists still can't prove. One of them is they don't even know why cats purr. That's one of the things they say they still can't come up with.
You know they dissecting cats.
And they try to say that animals are extinct. Ain't nothing extinct, man.
There's still unknowns on how the body works.
They still haven't uncovered 2/3 of the Amazon rainforest.
They can't go in there.
Sirach 18:1. He that liveth forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane, to whom have he given power to declare his works. And who shall find out his noble acts? Who shall number the strength of his majesty?
Will tell you they ain't figured it out. Because his agenda, what I was picking up on, when he says through the advancement of technology, the computers and technology can think for man and show man the right way. That sounds like a straight out the Terminator movie. And how come you ain't figured out the part that man is the machine is gonna outthink man? Listen to the Matrix too. That's how you know the same lady wrote both of those, right? You can't tell me, it wasn't James Cameron, okay? It was Sophia Stewart, I believe her name is, that wrote Jake wrote, all right? When she wrote those, she knows if you allow these machines to think they're gonna outthink man and destroy man, because man is a fucking cancer. And it's not every man, it's the Edomite. The Edomite is the problem. Okay? So they have to be extinct off the planet. After they gotta tell, they got work to do first.
It says, who shall number the strength of his majesty, and who shall also tell out his mercies? As for the wondrous works of the Lord, there may nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put unto them, neither can the ground of them be found out. When a man have done, then he beginneth, and when he leaveth off, then he shall be doubtful.
Yep, and he beginneth, he know what it is. Yeah, I'm about to go check the depths of the sea. Me and Jacques Cousteau about to hit the Mariana Trench. But when they leave, they be like, damn, I'm not sure. It looked like there might have been one more chasm down there that I couldn't quite get to. Yeah, and one more.
They can't go in that. They can't go in there and come out.
Yeah. And he can't even figure out how we brought the scripture last night. How when the waves, I mean, when the waves come down
and they stop.
I
gotta real quick to go with that.
He can't even figure that out. You know?
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 56. In his words were the stars made, and he knoweth the number of them. He searches the deep and the treasures thereof. He hath measured the sea and what it containeth. He hath shut the sea in the midst of the waters, and his words hath he hanged the earth upon the waters. He spreadeth out the heavens like a vault upon the waters, and hath found them. The desert hath he made springs of waters and pools on the tops of the mountains.
All these environments and all these elements, he has his own purpose that man ain't figured out. You can know the periodic table all you want, science and all of that. You can know quantum physics and all of that, but you can't figure out everything with the Most High.
He made man and put it in his heart in the midst of the body and gave him breath.
He made man, so man can't create something upon the earth above. Thank you.
Like Esau trying to create cherries. Man, that's not gonna happen, man.
You can't figure that out.
Your technology is low level on here, man. Because it's not the mind of the Most High, and you stuck in this realm, man.
Because we're low level, well, particularly you. We're trying to get on a higher level with the wisdom of the Creator that gives out the wisdom. That has it all.
He had made man and put his heart in the midst of his body and gave him breath, life, and understanding. Yea, the spirits of the Almighty, which made all things, and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what you think.
He shares his secrets with his servants and prophets. So we have the ability to put these things in proper perspective on how they work and what they possibly gonna work. There's no way that technology can outthink the Most High. And when you watch that movie, Transcendence, right? The Johnny Depp movie, Transcendence. The question in the movie was, hey, how do you know that that's a man or is that the computer trying to figure it out? Is that your husband being himself, which is limited, or is that the Most High? Is that the computer system that's figuring it out? That don't have the mind or the balance of your husband. Okay? You can never truly know the answer to that. But what you can know the answer of is the Most High got it. You gotta figure it out.
I mean, there's so many different things that's just beyond expression.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you have no scientific explanation for.
Faith is one of them.
Yeah. Esau tries his best, but no matter how advanced you think you're gonna get in your so-called artificial intelligence, you will not be able to find out the wondrous works of the Most High. Let me get this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 5. It says, as thou knowest not what is the way of a spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of the Most High who maketh all.
You ain't figured out how the Most High creates bones in a baby. Let alone, it's funny, I got a little, but I ain't got to figure it out. It start off soft and they hard, right? But you can't figure that out with your science. So don't try to figure out the really deep stuff. That's on earth. You try to figure out stuff in another realm, there's a damn devil. Making you still simple as people believe that you gotta figure it out.
Hey, like the scripture says, search not out the things that are too hard for you, man.
Right.
That go for Esau too. Hey, cause you're not gonna understand the mysteries, man. You're not gonna understand why the Most High works the way he works. That's his mind. You don't have his mind, man. You're a man. You're a base man.
When you say the Most High, you got one too. He said the Most High is upon in heaven and thou upon earth.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
They go together. Yeah, good together.
You got it.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 7. Saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and give glory to him, For the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the foundations of waters.
On the foundation.
This is 2 Ezra 4 and 21. For like as the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea to its floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth. And he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above the height of the heavens.
And that's why he's trying to go into space and have a NASA program, space exploration program. You think when he go up there, he'll be able to figure out some things on Mars that he couldn't figure out on Earth. But you're not meant to go outside of Earth. You're meant to be on the ground of Earth. Okay? In this atmosphere. You're not meant to go higher than that. So you're not meant to understand things that are above that. That was it. That was all of it. You still have something.
It's Jeremiah 5 and 22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble in my presence, which I placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree?
Hey, I spoke it, and I didn't want it to go past it, and it don't.
That it cannot pass, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it.
What are those called? I forgot what it's called in surfing. And it was like 100-foot waves. And it's a certain type of season or a certain type of wave. It's usually a storm coming that creates it, but it's in the surfer world. I don't know it. It's in the surfer world where these huge waves come, right? And when they come, they're like bigger than these skyscrapers. And surfers will try to catch some of those and surf on them. Yeah, you can die doing that. But no matter how high up that gets above the earth, like was that the fifth wave, the movie, when the wave was coming over, that ain't gonna happen because the Most High don't want it to happen like that. We got the death tomorrow, the wave came over. The Most High don't want that to happen, so it's not gonna happen. It's only gonna happen what He decrees to happen by His virtual decree. Okay? So trying to figure out the mind of the Most High, figure out Earth, man. That, like we said, the same one that you quoted a couple weeks lying down. Meditate upon what does to be commanded. The stuff that you can't figure out, do that stuff.
And the scriptures say the Most High way of spirits. Could you just yo? Esau, you not gonna figure that one out. You ain't figuring that out. The Most High can weigh a spirit, man.
That's cold.
It's Isaiah 55 and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
Yep. You can't figure out. You can't even fathom where he's coming from with his thoughts.
Can I ask you guys a question? I don't want to bother y'all now. I want nothing. I want all right there. My name is Teresa. Pray for me because I want all the care here. That's all I ask you, please. And I'm on, okay?
Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
You know what I mean? And the most like, and that's the pride of Esau, thinking that whatever he creates, you know, he's just, you know, that's why he thinks he's the Most High. But everything that he tried to create, he's only mimicking what the Most High already didn't create it.
Yep.
How are you gonna try to take credit for something that was already done before you? And then not only that, but it was when the Most High created it, it was natural, it was good. When you do it, it becomes corrupted. And it causes a lot of death. It results in casualties when you try to do it, man. You know, when we used to communicate in the ancient world, we had the Urim and the Thummim, man. That was the original internet. Now you gotta have satellites and towers and all that. And that's why we got a growing cancer rate. You try to mimic everything the Most High do on the left hand. And everything that you're doing you only have that ability because the Most High gave it to you anyway. Pharaoh, he was boasting himself. He thought he was a god. But then the Most High raised up Moses to demonstrate his power against Pharaoh. Okay, there's no comparison, man. No? Hey, somebody get Ezekiel 28. He thinks he's the Most High because of his so-called intelligence, you know? That's where he get this whole the white man have the highest IQ bullshit, which is based off of pseudo science, man.
Of course, pseudo means what, fake,
false.
Yeah.
Of course, he's gonna set it up to where he's at the top of that totem pole. Right?
Yeah.
If I was creating a game or a test, of course I'm gonna be able to pass the test. I'm gonna be the best at the test, right?
All the answers on the test.
You know? And nobody else will get to my level.
What you do? Make another test.
Yeah.
That's an old test. That's an old version. Yeah. You got something? I got something.
Ezekiel 28 and 3. Behold thou. 4. Ezekiel 28 and 2. Son of man said to the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up. When thou hast said, I am a power, I sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of it.
He said he's a power. Look, we create things above who you call God. You know? The Most High said, I have made man upright, but they have sought many inventions. But those inventions are pretty much when you go outside of the parameters that the Most High already set up. You know, like for example, when he created man on the earth, he divided the nations. The moment they start to try to come together on some let's build a tower, you know, to the heavens, that was your own invention.
That was the first attempt that man trying to be like the Most High.
Trying to be like the Most High.
On that high level. Hey, but that breaks it down for you though. How simple a mind state is that? I'm gonna build brick stone all the way up to heaven to be up there with the Most High. That's how low level is that? It's way more deeper than that. The reality of it. Hey, let's say, because my thoughts are not just thoughts, let's say my ways are just we never read that one before. Eyes in the heavens.
I got something after.
I sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of the seas, that thou art a man and not Jehovah. Though I set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Yeah, because this devil, he, like it says in Psalms 64, they do that diligent search. Esau, he goes into everything, man. He tries to study it. You know, he does a lot of theory. He comes up with theories. He does a lot of hypothesis. Because he does a lot of experiment. You know, trying shit out to figure out how it works. You know, the molecules and the elements, the atoms, and he study the atoms and he try to split shit and put them together. And you know, he does all that shit, man. And that's where he gets this God complex. Because of, you know, his sciences, man.
He does figure some shit out.
But the Most High gave him that spirit, man. He just doesn't give the credit back to the Most High. You know? That's why the Most High is gonna come and disappoint his ass, man. You know? I think there was a little more.
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy...
That's why the Most High don't like giving this wisdom to men on earth, because men always want to do the corrupt thing with it. They don't want to get it to better the earth. This man, when he creates these vaccines, he's creating also plague out. And I'm telling you that he created the plague. Yeah, he figured out how to create the plague, but he also, I got the antidote.
We need the CDC talk about.
Right. Control the disease. So we can figure it out. We want to unleash
wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness.
Oh, that reminds me of Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. You know, have he have become weak as we? You know, you ain't gonna no longer be, you know, that top feared, you know, respecting nation. You know, all that wisdom that you had, what good is it doing you if these other nations are developing the same technology and they're following right behind your ass?
Why are you racing Moab?
Yeah.
You was out ahead by, why is it a space race? You was out ahead of everybody. A race of arms race.
You saw about 300 years head start.
Yeah,
and then we see everything coming back down from that position that the Most High put their ass in.
And it's not that everybody's going up, you coming down. That's all it is.
The Edomites, the Moabites, the Russians, everyone has their technology. You know? We're told a lot of the technology, those other countries, it comes out there first, then they funnel it down to the simple ass Americans. You got to fix these things. I got that.
2nd Ezra, chapter 4, verse 1. And the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer and said, thy heart has gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High? Then said I, yeah, my Lord. And he answered me and said, I am sent to show thee 3 ways, and to set forth 3 similitudes before thee. Whereof if thou canst declare me one, I will show thee also the ways that thou desirest to see, and I shall show thee from whence the wicked heart cometh.
Hey, if we don't know him, like we know ourselves, right? When it says, like thou hast wiped the wicked glass, you looked in the mirror, you know yourself. He's going to show us how to see this man for the devil he is, and what he's going to do.
And I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of the fire.
Woo!
Or measure me the blast of the wind.
Woo!
Or
hey, by the time you set your equipment up, the blast of the wind is different. It may never blow like that again. Or fire does that too. And what's funny is, he actually gave a clue to the real answer, because fire and oxygen, with wind and oxygen go hand in hand, fire and oxygen goes hand in hand. And it fluctuates. You can't measure that, but the Most High know that.
Esau is obsessed with the Most High's technology. You know, they try to track tornadoes, hurricanes, they try to track the oceans, they try to, try to catch track the whales, and, Esau's obsessed, man. But you never be on that level, Esau. You never was on that level, really. You just fooled everybody.
Or call me again the day that is past. Then answered I and said, what man is able?
What did he say? Call again the day that's past?
Or call me again the day that is past.
Was that Back to the Future? Time travel?
Time travel.
Time travel.
Don't put it on tape. Don't put it on tape and then go and watch it. No, bring yourself back to the day before.
Ooh.
Time travel, literally.
It's cold. It's cold.
Don't go pop in the VHS, the old VCR.
That's Esau's answer to that.
Right.
I figured it out.
We got the technology. We can go back and you can look at things back in the 1930s when there was no color in the television. Yo.
No, because you can't. Hey, that's what he said in the movie Good Will Hunting. But you can't tell me what it smelled like back yesterday. You can't tell me how hot it was yesterday on film. You can't tell. It'll be 110 degrees out here right now, or 80 or 8 degrees out here, just like this, or 60. You can tell us, like if you could, if you were back there.
Verse 6, then answered I said, what man is able to do that? That thou shouldest ask such things of me? And he said unto me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep, or how many springs are above the firmament.
And I think like the springs that shoots, I think they call them hyperventilation systems. You know, Esau, he can't number all here because he ain't never searched out all of the depth. He couldn't tell you those things, man. Yeah. Yep.
Or how many springs are above the firmament, or which are the outgoings of paradise?
I think there's under the, they say the ocean floor, there's a layer, it's like a barrier under that Esau can't get to. They know it's there. They can't, they try to show the movies. They show the movies, but they can't get under that. It's like I don't know, it's like almost like a trap door, so to speak. But Esau can't get to the depths, even though he tries.
Verse 8, peradventure thou wouldst say unto me, I never went down into the deeps, nor as yet into hell, neither did I ever climb up into heaven. The hell's talking about basically the earth crust, further and further down into the earth crust, basically. Neither did I ever climb up into heaven, which is space. Nevertheless, now have I asked thee, but only of the fire and wind, and of the day wherethrough thou hast passed, and of the things from which thou canst not.
I asked you easy things. Stuff that you I didn't actually never took you right. That's actually always coming to that.
So like the springs of the deep is the hyperthermal vents. Hyperthermal vents, man. You see, they look like fountains that shoot, shoot pressure of water at the bottom.
Bubbles,
like bubbles.
Yeah.
You know, like when you see in a jacuzzi, the little hole that shoot the
jets.
Yeah. You have those at the bottom of the sea.
It's like
Esau get a jacuzzi from mine.
He got it from that.
they do shoot
hyperthermal vents.
The creation of man, we came from the water. The seas, because it's earth under the waters. We came from the waters.
Hey, and Salak, and if the scriptures talks about the springs of the ground, of the deep, we know that they wasn't, the man back then was not going down to the bottom of the water. So how would they even have this knowledge? The Most High gave them this, man. Our forefathers, Israel, you so-called Negro Latinos, Native Americans, we were the original scientists of the earth, man. We knew everything. We had the knowledge of the sea, the stars, everything, man. The tree of life, in which we're going to receive that again in the kingdom, man.
That's right.
Hey, Yahweh Shai said, every hair on your head is numbered. Can you count how many hairs is on your head? Forget about that, man. But guess what? The Most High could.
Job chapter 9, verse 8. Verse 7, which commandeth the sun, and it rises not, and sealeth up the stars, which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and tread upon the waves of the sea, which maketh Arcturus and Orion and Pleiades and the chambers of the south. And when you look that up, there's star constellations. And Ayash, Kasael, Kayama. That's how you would say it. Orion, Arcturus, and Pleiades in the Hebrew. Star constellations.
Yep. Wisdom of Solomon. Yep. Chapter 7. Verse 16. It says, "For in his hand." Verse 15. The Most High God hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me. Because that's why he gave Esau the type of wisdom of the technology that he had, so he could be in full fruition of the devil that he was to become. And he's going to give us back the full understanding so we can be the righteous judges of the earth as we should be. Right? It says, that are given to me, because it is he that leadeth into wisdom and directeth the wise. For in his hand are both we and our words. All wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made. No man can know that if the Spirit didn't get that to you. You know?
It's all trying.
They can't even break down Genesis 1:1.
Right.
They try to come with that whole big man shit. There's so many type of holes in that theory, man. You can go all day.
But that's one of them doctrines that just that's what it said.
They begin to leave off, they become doubtful.
It's doubtful when they leave off. Like, I don't even know no more. Right?
That's what atheism is, because they can't find out, they don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
So there isn't a God because I can't find out how he exists, and I basically because I can't know.
Yeah.
So I just don't believe it. You know.
Somebody actually said in an argument I was having with him, and if it don't make sense to me, it ain't real. Shit. and that was an argument about faith. It was an argument about faith. If it's not tangible, if I can't see it, it's not real. And you know how you kill that? What about the air you're breathing? It ends right then. Yeah, I thought so. You know. Anyway, it says, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, those waters, right? It says the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations, that's the past, present, and future, right? The alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the positions of stars, the natures of living creatures.
Oh, and what does this say in Proverbs about studying the beast?
Oh, the fears of all beasts, what you talking about?
No.
Yeah.
Where it says,
learn the way of the beast.
Learn it, because there's wisdom in studying animals and how they work, man.
To observe the ants and all that.
The ants.
Go
See how they band together, how they work as colonies.
Hey,
they help
we're
build.
the ones that's messing up society, but not playing our role in the big ecosystem, so to speak.
The beasts are more wiser than people now.
Where it speaks of basically the sea monster. It says even the sea monster draw and give the son to her young ones. And then it says it also says how the women of our nation don't give the son to the young ones. The beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall teach thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
Yeah, like these planes, they get all the technology from studying birds.
Aerodynamics.
These cars, they got different models of cars that mimic different animals.
Yeah, even like when you watch the way a dragonfly moves, that's the same way helicopters move, man. When you watch dragonflies move, yeah, that's the same way. That's just the same way helicopters move.
That's how they fly these airplanes. And
there's other animals in the
Moors at that time, they were developing that technology of airplanes, aerodynamics, and of course. Esau with the Wright brothers, they could have been Jakes, I don't know. But they of course, they say they invented it.
Actually, I think it was a Jacob, right? Panama or something that invented the airplane.
Okay.
It was just
He was making trips already over to Europe. He's been making trips to Europe. Like routinely by the time the Wright brothers came around. I forgot his name. He had his Spanish name.
Yeah. I got a 2 Kings chapter 23 verse 5. All right. This is because Jacob is the beginning of all things. You know? 2 Kings 23 and 5. And he put down the idolatrous priest. Jacob is the former of all. And he put down the idolatrous priest whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in high places in the cities of Judah and in the palaces round about Jerusalem, them also that burn incense unto Baal. Right, here's the point. To the sun and to the moon and to the planets and to all the hosts of heaven. So back then we knew about the planets. Esau discovered these planets and stuff, in our solar system or whatever. That's not nothing new. We knew about that back in ancient times.
We had all the science, man.
So that goes to tell you, Esau like to say, oh, they're the creator of civilization, back during the Greeks. No, he's not, man. All right? He's not the creator of civilization, to be civil. He's actually the opposite.
The destroyer of slavery. Back in Wisdom of Solomon 7, it says, we start up at verse 19, the circuits of years and the positions of stars, the natures of living creatures, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of wings, and the reasonings of men. Psychology. That's why it tells you, learn from the animals.
There's intelligence in literally every living thing. Everything has a certain level of intelligence, man.
Hey, we're gonna be.
Remember when we're going back to the beginning of the day of the creation? They said, let man be made in our image and our likeness. I was talking about let everything have a level of intelligence, because we're gonna put that intelligence in the animals. We're gonna put it in the human, but we're gonna give the humans more intelligence so they can rule and have dominion over the animals. We're gonna have to know to understand the nature of these animals, to understand how the ecosystem works. Esau knows these things, but he doesn't care, man. He really doesn't have the level of intelligence that he gives you the perception to be.
You see that? The old little college scams.
I want to expound on what you said. So, in thought, Most High is going to make us back into animals. Because animals don't reason with themselves, should I do this or not? They just do what naturally should be done. And we should be doing what's naturally be done. And living this way. So that's why, because it's written in them, it's going to be written in us. Okay, back in the creation, and we're written into the animals. Now this is going to be naturally written to us. That we're going to be, and we're going to all fit in one thing. That's why the world is going to be the world is going to rejoice. Because everything's going to be in its proper order. Including man. Man is what's meant. Man is. That's why we were talking about technology earlier, right? Artificial intelligence would destroy man. Because man is out of order.
Look what it's done, though. You have animals that have chemicals in them that's altering how they truly operate.
Right.
Like you got a lioness growing manes.
Yeah.
You got they doing experiments on frogs where they putting homosexual hormones in them, making them to become homosexuals, man.
With the elephants, they're starting to evolve and not grotesque now.
Right.
Because they what is it they call them? They pillage them? Poach. They poach them. Yeah. So they rather not grow. But that's how they're evolving, and that's all because of the so-called white man. Esau.
All that intelligence.
Yeah.
Look how you're the ultimate dumbest smart motherfucker that ever existed. Literally.
Yep.
You're the
smart.
smartest, dumbest motherfucker on the planet, man.
Yep. Hey, so smart to his own destruction, right?
Pretty much.
So smart that he can figure out all the wrong things to do in the earth.
And that's why it says in the Apocrypha, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Yep.
You know? You could, hey, like going back to the animals, you can find out a lot, man.
Yeah, fine.
These animals, they literally have. That's like how could you see how animals operate and say that there's not a God?
Right.
Like when there's like a tidal wave, animals know to retreat to higher ground before these birds migrate. They know where to find shelter. Naturally. Dumbass people, y'all just waiting for the shit to come and hit.
Defense mechanism of certain animals. Lizards can camouflage themselves. You know, octopus camouflage themselves.
Fine, bro. Speaking on those octopuses and animals like that, they be outsmarting Esau ass anyways. Like when they're put in those aquariums, they break out of those aquariums, man. It's many accounts, and Esau has written multiple papers and stuff when octopus and these different I don't know what you call them, invertebrates. Squids and things like that. When they caught up in cages, or aquariums, they end up going back into the ocean because they find their way out of those tanks.
You show you that Finding Nemo too. Or something?
Yeah,
it shows you that.
Yeah, that's right.
I got this up too.
Even the eagle.
Done.
The eagle is known for its strength. It's the strongest bird in the whole
bird fowl system.
The fowl system.
And his eyesight.
And he has the best eyesight, and I think he can fly. If I'm not mistaken, he can fly the highest, man. Elevation.
And he can see like a damn ant on the ground.
He can just zero in on it, man. You know.
That's it. Change it. That's why this white man picked him. He observed that he could do that. Now he wants to be like that. He can be that high up.
They attack from a high position.
And he can see down to, and with their technology, they can put the coordinates.
That's how Esau attacks with his military.
Yep. Exactly.
Their air forces, man.
Yep.
That's another example of Esau taking something pure that the Most High put for us, you know, the birds, and he defiled it and made it the bird or you can say the symbol of his kingdom. His wicked ass.
Another thing Esau does, dealing with waters and things like that, you know, he sends out those certain pulses, you know, it's echolocation. That's something that the Lord already gave into the dolphins and whales, man. You know, and the fish. You know, bats do the same thing. Fine.
Go, Joe.
Alright, thank you guys.
Breed is basically
See you later.
what the Most High created medicines out of the earth. You know, it's not Western medicine. You know, Esau created these pharmakeia drugs. You know, in the laboratory and make you more sick and give you more side effects to what the disease you already have. All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 38 verse 1, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which he may have of him. For the Lord have created him the
Lord have created the physician, given him that wisdom that he can use it to help the people. Not like pharmakeia to hurt the people.
Yeah, not like a fucking doctor. Not a doctor over here at UNLV hospital or no shit like that.
Which doctor means to falsify.
Hey, I'm gonna make you believe it's okay, but it's a big ass gash underneath this band-aid. You can die if you don't sit down.
Verse 2, for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king.
Hey, well, you can have the best doctors or whatever, physicians. Hey, like we do prayers and stuff. We do healing. We pray with that. We don't just change up our diet and put it. I'm going this way. a call of the Most High to heal our people. Okay, so we have to honor the Most High with that, because it's coming from Him.
And His word is a healer too.
Yeah.
You know, we were spiritually sick. They said that the whole head was sick. When we washed our way with this word, we became clean, so we became sound and healthy. You know?
Verse 3, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Hey, so that tells you Esau not wise. He abhors. He detests the natural remedies of the earth. The Most High has the herbs and the different treatments that the Most High put upon the earth. That there were men that knew. Men knew these things in the earth, how to heal yourself.
But Esau knows these things.
Yep.
It's just he can't capitalize. He can't profit from you healing yourself.
Yeah, Esau doesn't get the satisfaction of making somebody feel better, feel good for free.
Exactly.
Being healthy for free. He don't get the satisfaction of it.
I need monetary gain
I need
to make me feel better about it.
I'm going to jump down to 12. Then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him.
Oh, let me wrap. You have piece of that? Let me wrap that up here. Verse 20. Solomon 7:20. The nature of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds and the reasonings of men, the diversities of roots and the virtues. The diversity of plants and the virtues of roots. All such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. How the Most High service. He gave us His Spirit to be able to search out and find the truth in things. The spiritual want to go and look these things up, to find out the whole matter, the conclusion of the matter. He had that with Esau for a long time. This man has hundreds of years of stored up information. That's stuff that he could capitalize on, and he was for a time, but now like sinking tonics and shit. You know, like Coca-Cola was a medicine at first. Okay? It really had cocaine in it. He was using it for its real purpose. Now, it's caffeine, you know, and high fructose corn syrup. It's the destruction. Okay? Not that you should be a cokehead and enjoy Coca-Cola, Coke like that, but there's a medicinal use for it.
That was when it was created. That was its intended purpose on the earth, to service you in medicinal use, man. To heal yourself.
Yep.
You know, but Esau turned around and created conventional medicine instead of what the Lord already created in the earth, which is holistic medicine.
Yep.
You know,
Esau will give you it in doses to where you always feel like you're craving and needing. You know? So you always gotta do whatever it takes to get it back. Right? Now you're hooked on it. So now you gotta go to him to get it.
That's why you had Dr. CB that was trying to break that cycle within Jake to try to heal themselves without going to pay for Esau to give you a slow death. Because all you're doing is taking chemicals that's only treat and putting you on a certain high, only for you not to rely upon it and keep benefiting from it, and to actually just take herbs that's already grown from the earth that the Most High created, to use it to heal yourself, so you ain't gotta keep going back. You become healed, Mentally, you have mental clarity. And your body is without pain. There
were certain. I have to wrap up with this. There's a certain I would say cocaine even, right? Warriors take it to have that numb effect, to be able to have a longer stamina.
In Game of Thrones, they call it milk of the poppy.
Milk of the poppy, right? Also, what's the other one? But they would do it so if you had like a bad back, right? Say my back is messed up. Esau will give you opioids or whatever else, opium, right? So your back don't hurt. That's not how you took it though. You take it so you're all discombobulated. You took it so now you can heal physically, do the things that you need to heal yourself. Once you're healed, you don't take it no more. You know? You numb the pain so you can do the exercises and whatever else it takes for you to heal yourself back to where you need to be. You don't just keep taking it. And now you got a drug habit. Your back don't hurt no more, but now you got a drug habit. You know? This man he gonna catch you on something. That's how his whole mentality set up. That's his MO.
For every medicine that you saw create, it's an acid report. Aspen comes from willow bark, man, which is it gives the same effect without all the rest of the drugs.
Side effects, yeah.
I had a print. Ecclesiastes 16:20. No heart can think upon these things worthily, and who is able to conceive his ways? It is a tempest which no man can see, where the part of his works are hid. Who can declare the works of his justice? Who can endure them? For his covenant is far off, and the trial of all things is the end. For them, for his covenant is far off, and the trial the top side. No heart can think upon these things worthily, and who is able to conceive his ways?
Who's worthy to understand the mind of the Most High? Solomon was. Okay? Yahweh Shai is. Okay? Lord willing, we will be. The elect will be. Alright? Eventually, all of the nation of Israel will be. Okay? But he has to give it to you. It's a gift that he gives to you.
It is a tempest which no man can see.
It's a wrestling or a storm that no man can see. You can't physically fight it. It's within you. That's why he won't give this wisdom into a malicious soul. Right? Because a malicious soul will take this wisdom and destroy people with it. Esau proving it. Esau's already proven that's what he's doing. Yeah?
For the most part of his works are hid.
Most part of the Most High's works are hid. Yeah, you may know that how to do the certain elements or whatever, but you don't know how to use it with the intent the Most High had with it. The right dosage of certain things that's had with it. You can't make a marijuana law to be that it be legal and don't give the boundaries on how to use it.
26.
There's no such thing as recreational use.
26 in the Quran?
Right.
No.
Because you don't know what it's supposed to do anyway.
don't have one
the
with
original
No,
intent.
we don't use the Quran. We use the Bible.
Holy Bible. That's why you have to
I read the Bible and the Quran.
You got a question, sir?
You got a
You got a question?
Yeah, it's just, I've seen the Lion of Judah, in the Quran, in the Quran. I just supposed to spread the message of the Quran. I read the Bible and the Quran. I mean, Islam. I go to Korea. Chapter 26, verse 26. All it says in there, Moses told Pharaoh, black king of Egypt, your God and the God of your ancient African Egyptian forefathers, right from the beginning was Allah. King Tut, he had a throne. And on that throne, you have a lion here, and you have a lion here. And he had the crown on his head, holding it. You know what that means? He was a black man. You know what the conference means? Huh? You know what those conference means? Really, I thought it was, I really didn't. I really didn't know. I'm thinking of the tribes, every, I can see the
had magi's and different witchcrafts and wizards to figure out the stuff that the Israelites knew because their God gave it to us. Our God gave it to us.
No, the cobra was separate with them.
Yeah, but
because of the witchcraft.
Who made the cobra?
Why do you think that still got the little thing that do
that
that?
goes into medicine today.
Right.
Because Esau still uses that symbol, man.
That's
and what is this? And his pharmaceutical industry is witchcraft.
You know the little snakes that go in between the Souls Medical?
Yeah, the staff.
Yeah, I see that.
That goes back to ancient Egypt.
That's witchcraft. That's what we're talking about.
That's witchcraft.
I ain't never heard that.
Oh yeah, witchcraft. Oh yeah.
I got a quote.
I thought you read the Bible.
I read the Bible.
You said earlier you read the Bible and Quran.
Yeah, I read the Bible. Quran.
Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth
You
it
can't
has.
put these books together because they don't go together.
Oh, yeah. God, the same God in the Bible is the same God in the Quran. Allah.
No.
The God of Israel.
It's the same. It's the Allah.
I'm going to read something out of the Quran for you.
You can look up the Quran?
It's right here, yeah.
Look up 26, 26.
This is Al-Baqarah, second chapter, Al-Baqarah, verse 23. O ye children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestowed upon you, and that I exalted you above all people.
I exalted you above all people.
Cool. Can you look up 26, 26 on there?
Is that going to line up? That's what the Bible says. What that says.
Yeah, the Bible goes, so the Quran says follow the law of Moses. The law of Moses is in the book.
Moses or what? Moses or what? Egypt.
No.
Moses in the Bible. In the Bible says. No, listen. In the Bible says Moses had all the wisdom of Egypt. Right in the Holy Bible. Y'all ain't never read that? Y'all ain't never read that? Yeah, he was supposed to be a Hebrew.
Supposed to be.
Hebrew Israelite.
He was.
It's Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that you may know how that the Lord did put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
You can't, they're not the same people. Africans aren't black people and black people aren't Africans. Just because we all got dark skin don't mean we're the same people.
Like Russians and...
Egyptian was black royalty.
No. What black, what is black? What is black?
Dog, Negro, dog.
It's a shade. It's just a shade.
That's a social construct that's made up by the so-called white man to deem you black and deem them white.
This is Hebrews 11:23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months.
Hid 3 months?
Hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child and they were not afraid of the king's commandment.
What they do was a decree to kill the Hebrew children. So they cast him. Well, I'm telling you. So they cast him down the river, and he got picked up by the
daughter.
The princess of Egypt. The princess of Egypt.
By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Esteeming the reproach of Yahushua greater riches than the treasures in Egypt.
Greater riches as a Hebrew than the treasures of Egypt.
For he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he foresaw
the payback of the reward as being a Hebrew versus as being an Egyptian, because he was respected as an Egyptian, right? When he in position as an Egyptian, he gave that up because he knew it was the payback.
Show you another distinction.
in the movie, like the brother say, in the movie Prince of Egypt, when Moses went into that walkway, they were standing on the wall, you see that it was Israelite babies was thrown into the alligator. You see the ways that it's, hey, why do you think Moses knew that Egyptian? Because he was on the Israelite man.
Okay. I've studied Bible. That lion. I'm gonna see if y'all know what y'all know in that Bible. That lion is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
It's in Revelations. What it say when Jesus was a lion?
What
it say when he was a lion?
Genesis 49.
Genesis chapter 49.
No, it's in Revelation.
Revelation.
It's in Revelation somewhere.
You let him get that, I'll get the one in Revelation. Revelation is what?
Revelation 5. I know exactly.
Judah, Genesis 49 and 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art going up. He stooped down and couches as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come.
Shiloh, which is another code name for our Lord.
Now, Revelation, you gonna read Revelation?
And under him shall the gathering of the people be.
And under him shall the gathering, that's talking about our Lord, right? That answers your question from there.
Revelation chapter 5.
Because we should be reading.
No, your demon ass came over here.
I'm not getting, yeah, that's why I did it.
It's Revelation chapter 5 and 5. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
How do you open the book? How do you open the book?
How do you open the book?
Yeah, that's what I see.
God gave me the wisdom to open the book. He can see. He's a prophet. He can see it. He can open the book. You can see things in the future. Now, if he was a lion is ain't no nothing good about a lion. That's an ugly creature. That's a dangerous.
That's a majestic creature.
That's a dangerous man there.
That's the majestic creature.
Like our Lord.
A lion is
our Lord is top of
cold-blooded killer.
Yeah.
A lion, that's a lion.
I know, that's his nature. So what's your point?
If he the king of Judah, he a lion. He a vicious, supposed to be a violent man.
Yeah,
he a vicious, violent man.
He is.
Now, you got Israel over there, and the Bible, it don't comply with the Bible. Israel over there, that's no kingdom. There's no king over there. There's no princess. There's no royalty. It's just Israel just sitting there. And they don't comply with the Bible.
Right.
So what's the 12 tribes? Ain't no 12 tribes. I don't see no Judah and ain't no 12 tribes over there.
We know that. It's 12 tribes.
What's that over there? That's this evil.
Those are lies.
Imposters.
It's a lie. They lied to get over there.
Yeah, they just sitting there. They just, because it's supposed to be a king.
That's these people over there. They're the imposters.
Yeah.
Edomites, Khazars. We know that.
Yeah, you need to put that over to the side too. Don't ride that. Put that over there. Yeah.
We will.
What's the name? They trying to get him out of there. What's the name on the news? What's the name? Prime Minister?
Netanyahu.
Yeah, they say I hear on the radio. They want him out of there.
That's right.
They say he a thief. They say he's stealing. He a corrupt. They say he corrupt.
He doing things.
They know that.
Bad, he doing it to them.
Who set him up? Who set him up in that position? The elites, the rich bankers.
Yeah.
You know,
what get media about over there? This is a mystery. Tell me what's going on. They always got a prime minister. Prime minister. Where's the president? Why they don't never say nothing about the president? I thought every country had a president. Why they put the prime minister before the president?
You got a Western mentality.
What's going on with that?
You got a Western mentality. We're here to change the mentality of our people through the spirit of the Heavenly Father. If you need that, so we're here to warn. More important than any of them questions, I got a real question for you. The missiles.
With the chip.
Both of them. How you gonna escape this? This is what's important. How you gonna escape this?
Get ready for it.
That's in the Bible.
Yeah.
That's in the Bible.
That's gonna cause that. That's gonna destroy this place. And what's gonna come right before that is that. You take that, and you ain't gonna be able to eat, sleep, drink, none of that work without that. That's coming.
You say that's the what you see?
That's in the Bible. You know the Bible.
Yeah.
Revelation 13.
Yeah, I heard that they be putting that. I didn't know they started that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's Revelation 13.
They started that stuff.
And all of this right here come with that. You take that, all this come with that. What you gonna do about that?
What God gonna do about that?
No, you gotta deal with that though.
Allah gonna do about that?
Allah, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with that. What does the Quran say that you should do about that? Does it even talk about this?
Yeah, it's saying you're supposed to fight. Muslims are supposed to. This is the thing about Islam and Muslims. They say Muslims are evil and all this, but these people, if you look into it, are trying to fight evil. They trying to put down evil. Muslims trying to fight evil. They trying to fight Iran. They don't like Iran because Iran speaks about Israel. I mean, America is the great Satan, the great devil.
The virgin daughter of Babylon.
And when those mullahs speak, you notice they never say nothing about what they saying. They always keep it one side. What we saying about them. They never say what those mullahs are saying out their mouth. They say some bad things about America. And they don't want to, in other words, they be sounding like Malcolm X. But they don't want to deal with Iran. They don't want to, because they know they're telling the truth. Malcolm X was a monster. He was something else. Malcolm X was a man. Malcolm X was a prophet. He was a prophet for real. He was a prophet for real. Because I know what you're saying. He went about that devilism and all that.
Right.
But then he turned the corner. He started turning the corner. He started going around. He turned the corner. And that's when they killed him, when he tried to go the right way. That's when they killed him. They didn't want him to go there.
It's an old bottle.
Where is that? Not in
It's not Romans 9 and 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. But
not everybody makes it because bring that up. Bring that up.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 6. Thus saith the Lord, they also that uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down. You uphold Egypt, you gonna fall, man.
Well, let that go, man.
No, that concept. Let me say this.
We don't trust in America.
That's right.
No, that concept that they be trying to portray Egypt. Wait, now I told you about the 26. Well, according to that, the first pharaohs in Islam, Allah, that was their God. The first pharaoh of the Quran, their God was Allah, and they followed the Quran. True Islam, bowling and praying. Wait, listen, bowling and praying to Islam.
What pharaoh are you referring to?
The first pharaoh, all of them was initiated at the same time.
Okay, what time period is this? What time period is this?
Facts to this.
Beginning somewhere. Pharaoh back in the beginning somewhere.
Back when like Israel was in Egypt, you talking about at that time period, like that far back?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna say.
How far back are we talking?
The beginning, the God in the Eden.
So Islam, Allah, all that existed back then.
God showed me that.
Let me ask you. So when did Islam come upon?
He showed me that.
When did Islam, the religion, around what time roughly did Islam come on?
According to the Quran, from the beginning of Genesis, from the beginning. Listen to this. In the Bible,
look up when Islam.
Listen, brother. In the beginning, God created what? In the beginning, the Bible says God created what?
7th century.
He created heaven.
Read the
information. He created heaven.
Read the information.
And then he created earth.
Despite the history of Islam. The history of Islam concerns the political, social, economic, and development of Islamic civilization. Despite concerns about the reliability of early sources, most historians believe that Islam originated in Mecca and Medina at the start of the 7th century, approximately 600 years after the founding of Christianity.
So Islam comes after Christianity.
Just take it off my phone. What Islam mean?
Hold on. In Islam, it just said in the 7th century. You said that Islam came about since the beginning. This religion didn't form until the 7th century.
600.
What do Islam mean?
600. What that got to do with the question you just asked? What answer?
What does Islam mean? Peace.
How does that correlate with you?
Okay, this is etymology. Islam, religion system revealed by Muhammad, 1816, from the Arabic Islam, literally submission.
Submission, that's the word.
To the will of God, the root of Asalam, to resign. He surrendered, he submitted, causative conjunction of Salima, he was safe, he related the Salam, peace.
So let me ask you something.
Surrender to God.
Let me ask you something. Because they say surrender to God. Now, when those Muslims, when they go to Mecca, what is it that they're traveling around 7 times?
That's what they travel around. The Kaaba. They travel around the Kaaba,
right? What was in that Kaaba?
Wait now. The Kaaba
was in that Kaaba.
Nobody was in there.
Nobody was in there.
They say that Kaaba was built by Abraham and his son Ishmael.
Okay, what evidence in the scriptures could you prove that?
Huh?
Which evidence in the scriptures could you prove that? That Abraham and Ishmael built the Kaaba.
That's a deep. That's supposed to be a deep. That's a deep. That's the history.
Because let me tell you something, bro.
That's not it.
The Kaaba stone, it used to house gods that they actually used to worship. That was 300. It was a god for each day. 365 gods, and they named the particular god that they were worshiping because they were worshiping polytheistic.
Many gods.
And it took for those Catholics to actually convert them to start worshiping a god.
Yeah, which is
so they changed this particular god, which his name used to be Hubal.
Muhammad came and changed
all
that.
They changed it and they named him Allah.
Muhammad came and abolished all them gods. He came in and wiped out all that stuff out.
He had to.
Yeah,
he came in and made it one God.
But who told him to do that?
Allah, God.
No. The Pope.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Oh no! I never heard that one.
I know you have.
I don't know.
We know because you still believe it. That's
no, God told him to get rid of all them gods.
You're wrong.
The Roman Catholic Church set up Islam.
Do God inspire everybody? He inspired you?
No, not everybody. Not everybody.
God controls everything.
What you guys are talking about? What's his name?
Allah. He controls everything. He controls you, me.
What does Allah mean?
The one, all power. The one, all power.
It means power.
The one, all power.
But he's not Allah. The same God is like Allah. The God. That's not his name. The one God is not the God of the Muslims. He's not their God. He's not. He's the God of the Israelites. That's why there's all the stories of the power of the God and the creation in the Bible. They don't have that, and that's why what's the one thing in this book that's not in any other religious book or any other book anywhere? Necessity is part of everything else on the planet. The future is prophecy.
You know, I'm
hello. Okay, just that. Yeah. It's prophecy. The future. Okay. Okay? There's no prophecy in the Quran. There's no prophecy in the Quran.
Ain't nothing but prophecy in the Quran.
Call yourself a prophet all you want, but if you don't have to say things
to 11. Get Amos 2:11. Because going back to the Bible, the scriptures say that the prophets were only going to come out of the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
Muhammad, he wasn't an Israelite.
No.
He was an Ishmaelite. The Bible never said that prophets would come out of Ishmael. That's not in the Bible.
According to the Quran, all people was prophets starting with Adam. Adam was the first prophet.
The Quran is added to the word. The Quran is added to the word of God.
Was David
a prophet?
The
Quran is added to the word of God.
Was David a prophet?
Yes, he was.
Was Jesus a prophet?
The head prophet. When you call Jesus, yes, he was a prophet. But guess what? They were Israelites. They were Israelites. They were Israelites.
Israelites.
Yes.
In the Quran, we do have a chapter. They have a whole chapter in the Quran say Israel.
Of course.
A whole chapter
because they're the people who the Most High made the covenant with. They're the promised seed of. They're the seed of the promise. See, so in the beginning, he blessed Ishmael and he blessed Isaac, but Isaac became the seed of the promise and not Ishmael.
Why was that?
What you mean? Why was that?
Why did he become?
We'll get it for you in the
We're
scriptures.
going to read it out the scriptures.
It's Romans 9,
7 again.
7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they called children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Promise with Isaac.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of the Most High, but the children of the promise.
The children of the promise
are counted for the seed.
Are counted for the seed. Isaac. The promise is given to Isaac. Because what? Because Abraham's side woman, so to speak, right? Was an Egyptian woman, right? She had a baby by him, which was Ishmael. But that wasn't the prophecy. The prophecy was supposed to be through Sarah, right?
Right. For this is the word of promise at this time, when I come and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one.
It passed down to Rebekah.
Even by our father Isaac.
Yep. Well, let me say this. We are all, according to the Bible, we're all under Adam. We come from Adam family. We all come from Adam.
We have an answer.
We all come from Adam.
I get that.
Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
Ain't that not true?
No.
We all come from Adam.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. But let's see what the scriptures say.
Where did Adam come from?
Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
2nd Ezra 6 and 50. 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Everybody come out, like you said.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people that you chose, the Israelites, came out of Adam too. Right?
You know those chosen people are, right? Israelites.
Oh, are you thirsty? I'm sorry. Do you want something to drink?
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and as like in the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So if you're talking, and you're saliva or you're spitting, you don't care about that. If you're carrying a bucket and you're dropping too far out, you don't care about that. You care about what's in it. You care about the people that's in the head that can't keep up.
I got this, and I dropped like that right there. I don't care.
Okay, brothers, so I my head out of here. Let me just say, how many books in the Bible?
70.
It's supposed to be 66 books.
Actually, it's 80.
86. I thought it was 66.
No.
The Bible.
Books in the Bible. Some of the books continue.
114.
So is it by the number of books or by the wisdom of the books?
Wisdom. That's what they call the Quran. They call the Quran a wise book.
It's not wise and foolish.
Listen, man, I hate to break your whole, belief system, but the Catholic Church gave those Arabs their Quran.
Right. So they would be two sides.
Yes.
I never heard of that like that.
That's why you have the Book of Miriam.
I never heard of that.
Okay. They have the Book of Miriam because the worship of Mary that goes back to Catholicism.
Yep.
Why do they have a Book of Mary in the Quran?
This is there's an article online that talks about how Islam was started by Christianity. It says teachers were sent to young Muhammad, and he had intensive training. Muhammad studied the works of St. Augustine, which prepared him for his great calling.
Come on, man.
The Vatican
They groomed Muhammad up, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like Obama got groomed up to receive Negroes. Go ahead.
The Vatican and Catholic Arabs across North Africa spread the story of a great one who was about to rise among the people and the chosen one of their God.
Hey, they needed a savior. Those Arabs, they needed a savior. See, they was being sold a dream because the Arabs was trying to invade the nation of Israel. They wanted that land. So those Catholics,
the Catholics wanted it also.
They wanted claim to that land too. So what they did was they created a religion to pacify those Arabs, so they can still keep the land of Israel. That's where that goes back to.
Okay,
y'all ever heard of that guy, the brother, Ben Y, Ben Ye, whatever? What's his name?
Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
What's his name?
Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
Yeah, he part of y'all?
No. The God's name is not Yahweh.
He was a Hebrew Israelite, wasn't he? Was he a Hebrew Israelite?
That's what he said, but he didn't have the right understanding of it.
He was a powerful guy. They told him down.
He was a false prophet. He was a false prophet.
I have scriptures about if God was really in good graces of God, he wouldn't kill him. That dude is dead.
That's you know, because we have missed the Lord that died. But that dude, he wasn't right. He was
What is y'all trying to establish?
the word of the Most High.
What y'all trying to get a kingdom or what?
Not here.
Where, over there?
We're trying to earn the kingdom from the heavenly Father.
The kingdom is already here. It's within us.
Right. Yeah. It starts with this wisdom.
This knowledge is the kingdom. But then it's going to trickle down to an actual kingdom.
Yep.
On earth.
But y'all ain't trying to get no land, ain't trying to get no...
Not here.
No.
This place is going to get destroyed.
You're right, heavenly, you're right. I'll go with that. I'll go with the heavenly God, the heavenly kingdom. I'll go with that.
Yep.
Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 22 for the Egypt man. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and will break his arms, the strong, and that which was broken. I will cause the sword to fall out of his hand.
No power.
What did God do to the Egyptians?
Y'all say, okay, what did God do to Israel, his own people? It's like his own people, he messed them up.
We know that, but why? We also know why he did.
Why?
Because we didn't.
He said they was sinning. They could go to sinning and act crazy, and he'll punish them. I read it again and again. He'll punish them. They go to getting out of line, and it's right there.
So why?
It's right there. So they're gonna get out and they're gonna punish them.
So if you know that the Lord been punishing our people, why you not trying to return to him?
Huh?
If you know that the Lord has been punishing our people, why not return them to him?
Why? How come everybody else?
Because of one thing. Because everybody gonna get punished because of the 10 Commandments. Nobody want to follow the 10 Commandments.
It's more than that.
What did it say? Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, and the whole world are going to follow.
It's more than just 10.
The whole world going.
Commandments ain't for the whole world.
What? God wrote that with his finger.
But who he writing for? On the Mount Sinai.
He wrote for all mankind.
Who are the people down the
Leviticus 26.
All right, let me get Baruch 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies.
That's why we're in a
position.
Yeah, like worshiping Islam. That's why our people are messed up. Worshiping in the Christian church is why people are messed up. Thinking that they Egyptian and black and
African. No, it looked like nobody winning. It looked like I remember reading in that Bible where it said God said you can't keep me in a temple. You can't keep me.
So what's up with that cobblestone?
Everybody.
What's up with that cobblestone?
Why? Look at that. They just went over there and killed a bunch of Muslims in the mosque. Over here, they just went up in the church and just killed all them blacks.
And that show you.
And where was Allah to save us? And where was Allah to save us?
So like nobody can get saved in these temples anyway.
Because the Most High is not in those temples. The Most High is not with these false religions. Are you finna lose the faith of your religion?
No, I'm gonna keep on my Islam. I'm gonna keep. I go every Friday. I go every Friday to pray. I do my little vices. I don't.
Do you go inside the mosque?
I'm gonna break the law.
You don't learn your lesson without that mosque out there in Australia.
Acts 7 and 48.
Listen to this, my
Acts
man.
7 and 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. That saith the prophet. Heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Lord? Or what is my place of rest? Hath not my hand made all these things?
Yeah, so
Jeremiah 7 and 4 now. Real quick.
So the Most High don't dwell in temples made with hands. So your cobblestone, all that shit, that's wicked.
Jeremiah 7 and 4. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. For if ye thoroughly
these mosques, these Christian church houses, church buildings, the Most High is nowhere in those places.
Why you think we out here? Why you think we out here?
The scriptures say that wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the street. The true wisdom is going to be coming out in public places.
Right. You know what y'all do? It's almost like hiding in a napkin, being inside the building. Nobody knows if it's true wisdom. But we out here talking in front of everybody, so anybody that walk by and on the internet can get it. Doesn't that sound more like what the scriptures say to do?
It's Proverbs,
the Lord be doing?
Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concord, in the openings of her gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Yeah, our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. They're all into different philosophies. They're all up into different, ideologies, and it's all further leading our people away from the Heavenly Father. The Lord even said, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Y'all keep it good thing.
I got one more. Leviticus 26 and 13. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their bondmen, and I have broken their bands of your yoke, and made you go upright. But if ye will not hearken unto me, I will do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning. Okay, the burning og that shall consume your.
And the og is something that you like. It's not a. It's like a. Like an earring or something like that.
Probably something like something getting in your eye. I'm guessing. I don't know.
To grant. I think it's like an ownership of
like look at
a slave or something like that.
That shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. And you shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. That they that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when none pursueth you. It's talking about all the problems and all the curses our people have for not talking about all.
I see what you're saying, brothers. Y'all have a good day.
All right.
Y'all are doing good.
It wasn't going to get me.
No, I'm trying to peace. Too late.
Would you get mine? Oh, your seat. I'm okay. I didn't even say the one I thought it was going to say. Oh, he did it the whole time.
Huh? Yeah, he's an old bottle.
I have to pee now too.
You can't put new wine.
How many
old bottles less than burst?
No. And
Ecclesiastes 12 and 1.
Remember now thy Creator in thy days of thy youth, while the evil days. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Years drew near where he can't have no pleasure in this, man. It's not for him. It's too old, man. The wine is fully fermented within him already. The Babylon juice is too deep in him. All the philosophy came from when he was a young man, wasn't it? The Yahweh ben Yahweh, that's the 60s. What about Malcolm X? All of these things is from when he was a young man, 40, 50 years ago, and it's too late. Apparently that way didn't work. Really continued on. He went into Black Pantherism and all this other stuff. Came back to Christianity.
Yeah, I got the meaning of that word, home. It means basically fever. So I stand corrected.
Yep.
To be kindled.
Yep. So that would blind you. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, this right here tells the big picture right here. Why we're in trouble for all the things we did. It says, and if you will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. And I will break the pride of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron and your earth as brass. Man. And your strength, wow, that's heavy. Heaven is iron, and your strength is brass. And that Daniel image, that's in Leviticus. The iron, these people can't get over America, man. The iron and clay, they can't get over that. They can't get out of the mind state of this. Now this is the 2/3 Jakes. This is their heaven as well. They just, this is my heaven. I just gotta make my own heaven. Jake always trying to figure something out in the wrong direction.
I mean, the 2/3 got to be who they are, man. The Lord gave them over to that spirit, to believe, you know, the broken cisterns, man. You know, the Lord gave them over to that spirit. You know,
reprobate spirits.
Yeah. Because the elect, they're not going to be deceived, man.
Right.
He only made 7,000 that will not bow their knee to the image of Baal, man. That's right. 144,000. The rest of Jake, man, these idols of these other nations, that's a snare unto them.
Yep.
You know. So that old Jake right there, he's lost, man.
It's amazing.
He's not of the elect.
It's amazing how anybody, but it's 2/3 that do it, right? That'll sit there, when we denounce one, they'll go to the next one.
Yeah.
They denounce that one too, they'll go to the next one. So all of them, right, so you run through all their gods, and now, well, you know he walked away with Yahweh. You see it coming. If you was trying to say it, then when we want to call him out on it, I ain't lost my faith, I'm still lost it, man, you lost it. Right. Back to what you said.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures call Israel a harlot.
Yeah.
A harlot, she's known for she's all over the place. She's with this guy, then she's over here with this dude, she's over here with this guy. You know? It's like the idols, the gods of these nations, that's who they commit spiritual fornication. You know?
First John chapter 4, let's start verse 2. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are the most high, and how, because many false prophets are gone tried that. Serapis Christus, he didn't try them spirits. He don't know the spirit of Yahweh Shai, of Yahweh, right? It says, everybody know ye the spirits of the Most High. Every spirit that confesses that Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, is come in the flesh is of the Most High. And every spirit that confesses not that Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, is come in the flesh is not of the Most High. For this is the spirit of the Antichrist. And there's plenty of Antichrist and plenty of different directions of Antichrist we go into. There's only one path of truth. Okay? It says, whereby ye have heard that it shall come, and even now already is in the world. Ye are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. He just recited all the religions that the world acknowledges and hears. We speaking something that speaking a new song that nobody ever heard before. That's why it's like, I hear what you're saying, but I can't catch the tune. I can't catch that tune y'all see. Something about it just ain't right. Heard that Jay said that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hear everything, but something ain't right about this. Yeah, something just ain't right about this. I gotta go. It says,
they have ears to hear, they can't hear. They got eyes to see, but cannot see.
They got a mind to understand, but can't see. They can't understand it.
Because when you grew up under a certain ideology or religion, even if you try to come out of it, that philosophy, once it penetrates your spirit, is basically defiled. You know, your mind and conscience is defiled, man, and you can't wipe it away.
That's why the scripture says
you let something marinate for so long, and then you try to wash it, that stain is still gonna be there.
And like spaghetti. Like when you put spaghetti in the Tupperware, if you don't wash it right away, it's always gonna have that tomatoes there.
That acid and so seep in. Hey, wine stains. You gotta hurry up before it seeps into the dry and stain into the fibers. You don't get it out, it may never come out. Last verse, it said, verse 6. We are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. They can understand the tune of that song, right? He that is not of the Most High heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. We can see that the 2/3 just is in the spirit of error. They ain't meant to get it. They're just not meant to get it. That's why we're not here to wake up all Israel or everybody.
Revelation have obtained it and the rest were blinded. But you know, we can cut it short, you know, we talking about time to wrap up. So with that, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem
Rakakadash. That one's to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and Shalom Bakatam, peace and blessings upon the tabernacle of David, though for elect. We're gonna say Shalom. Shalom.